band and cheerleaders. The senior candidate is Miss Lexi Ryan. Lexi is the daughter of Casey and Misty Ryan, little sister to Jace Ryan, and big sister to Addison Ryan. Her grandparents are Brenda Smith, Sue Ryan, and Steve and Beverly Badgley. Lexi attends the Free Will Baptist Church. She is involved in fast pitch and slow pitch softball, cheerleading, BPA, and FCA. Lexi was voted this year's Who's Who Miss DHS. She enjoys spending time with her family and friends and cheering on the Wolves. Lexi plans to attend the University of Oklahoma and major in human relations. Lexi is escorted by Wolves Senior, number 20, Cody Caraway. Cody is the son of Craig and Candy Caraway and big brother to Cade Caraway. His grandparents are Irene Williams and Helen Baker. Cody is involved in football, basketball, baseball, and FCA. He was voted this year's Who's Who Most Athletic. Cody plans to attend college, earn a degree, or go to work. Our senior candidate, Miss Lexi Ryan, and her escort, number 20, Cody Caraway. The junior candidate is Miss Alexis Barnes. Alexis is daughter of Brandon and Kenna Barnes, and big sister to Kinsley Barnes and Colton Barnes. Her grandparents are Ron Morton, Jan Morton, and Wayne Barnes. Alexis is a member of the Hennepin First Baptist Church. She's involved in fast pitch and slow pitch softball, cheerleading, FFA, and FCA. Alexis' future plans are to attend college and major in the medical field. Alexis is escorted by Wolves Senior, number 72, Gavin Moore. Gavin is the son of Taylor and Shelley Moore, and his grandparents are Randy and Billy Moore, and Eddie and Dixie Tomlinson. Gavin is a member of the Davis Emmanuel Baptist Church. He's involved in football, baseball, FCA, and Honor Society. Gavin enjoys hunting, fishing, hanging out with family and friends, and plans to attend college to be a pharmacist. Our junior candidate, Miss Alexis Barnes, and her escort, number 72, Gavin Moore. The sophomore candidate is Miss Presley Smith. Presley is the daughter of Jennifer Smith and big sister to Kinley Bates. Her grandmother is Jan Smith. Presley is a member of the Central Church of Fellowship of Believers. She's involved in cheerleading, basketball, golf, and is this year's sophomore class secretary. Presley plans to enjoy college, graduate with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and work in the NICU unit at Children's Hospital. Presley is escorted by Wolves Senior, number 5, Jake Brett. Jake is the son of Gingerbread and the late Jimmy Brett, and is the younger brother to Raya Patterson and Tori Brett. His grandparents are Jim and Karen Brett and Susan Grizzle. Jake is a member of the Victory Light Church of Durant. He's involved in football, wrestling, academic team, and BPA. He was named this year's Who's Who Most Talented. Jake currently attends Southern Tech and is in the welding program. He is a NOCTI certified carpenter, and he plans to attend OSU IT in Okmulgee to become a high voltage lineman and be a traveling construction worker. Our sophomore candidate, Miss Presley Smith, escorted by Wolves Senior, number 5, Jake Britt. Entering the field at this time is the 2020 Homecoming Queen, Miss Ayana Miller. Ayana is the daughter of Craig Miller and Delisa, and big sister to Kiara, Michaela, Brooke, Addison, and Jeremiah. Her grandparents are Doug and Joy Smith and Melinda Gwynn. While Ayana was in high school, she was in fast pitch softball, varsity cheer, track, stucco, BBA, and executives. She is currently attending Murray State College, graduating in 2023 with an associate's degree in science. After graduation, she plans to continue her education at Oklahoma State University to become a veterinarian. Ayana's plans are to marry her high school sweetheart, Taylor Lawrence, and to start a family of her own. Ayana is being escorted by Wool Senior, number 4, Tuff Hammonds. Tuff is the son of Dustin and Stephanie Hammonds, and is the little brother to Wes Davis, Tyson Hammonds, and the big brother to Titan Hammonds. His grandparents are the late James and Carolyn Higdon and the late Gary Hammonds. Tuff is a member of the Assembly of God in Davis. He is involved in football, basketball, track, FCA, National Honor Society, Oklahoma Honor Society, Chickasaw Honor Roll, Stucco, Project Give, DKA Volunteer, and class president for 6 years. Tuff was voted this year's Who's Who Biggest Wolf. He plans to attend either Oklahoma State University or East Central and major in pre-med. With Ayana and Tuff are the Flower Girl, Hartley Ratchford, and Crown Bear, Case Parsons. Hartley is the daughter of Casey and Amanda Ratchford and little sister to Amy Ratchford, Kaylee Ratchford, and Jamin Coffey. Her grandparents are Carl and Debbie Ratchford and the late Bo Coffey and Jewel Coffey. Hartley is a member of the Central Church Fellowship of Believers. She is in Miss Johnson's kindergarten class. Hartley is involved in tap, jazz, and ballet at On Point Dance Studio in Sulphur. She enjoys playing with her friends, helping her daddy with his barbecue cookouts, and cheering on the Wolves. Case is the son of Dusty and Sandy Parsons, and the little brother to Cassidy Parsons and Kennedy Parsons. His grandparents are Gary and Winona Parsons, Thad Sandusky, and Sandy Beanham. Case is a member of the Pathway Methodist Church. He is involved in Sid's Tumbling and Pathway Kids. Case was born WOLF, Wild, Ornery, Loving, and Fun. His best buddy is Casey Kilblane, and they enjoy pancakes, coffee, and being silly together. In his free time, Case is riding his four-wheeler and golf cart all over the yard. When he grows up, he wants to be like his dad so he can drive all of the fire trucks. Our 2020 homecoming queen, Miss Ayana Miller, escorted by senior number 4, Tuff Hammonds, with the Flower Girl, Hartley Ratchford, and Crown Bear, Case Parsons. And now, the moment has come. Tuff, will you please place the crown on the 2021 Davis High School Wolves Football Homecoming Queen, Miss Alexis Barnes. With fans
Test. Can we hear now?
I can.
Can you hear me?
Man,
that
barely.
is super soft.
Test, test. Yep.
Now,
yeah,
there
now
we
Now
go.
we're coming in.
Now
we
we
go
go
a little bit.
All right.
Brad Bentley Bobby Alexander. Jared Morris is going to be joining us here in just a few minutes. We're coming to you live from Wolves Field, 2021 homecoming. Alexis Barnes was just announced as the homecoming queen, the junior candidate.
Yeah, congratulations to her.
Congratulations to her. Congratulations to all of them out there,
Yep.
all the candidates. Got to go to the homecoming parade today. Thought it was one of the better homecoming parades. What'd you think? Did you get to
It actually was, and I've said this numerous times throughout this week. Every school does this. They have the spirit days where you have dress-up days throughout the week for all the students. Never have I seen that many students and teachers and everybody as involved as they were this week. So I really feel like, you can tell by looking out here as we look out the window of the press box, this is a packed house.
Yeah, a lot of people here on on one side of the field.
Well, on one side of the field, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm extremely ecstatic to see the fans support. I don't want to say that it's all because we're playing a lot better, but whatever it is, they're actively involved. They were involved all week. They're out in droves here tonight. So, man, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a good game.
I agree. I think it's going to be a good opportunity for us to do some stuff offensively and defensively. I think it's again, Tishomingo has struggled on the year. It's a good opportunity for us to really get going offensively. We've had a couple weeks there where the offense is just kind of last week, one of those. Second half we really kind of came out. So I'd like to see us build off of that momentum.
I agree. I think the first half was really, and for whatever reason last week, it seemed like it was very sluggish for both teams on both sides of the ball. I'm not sure what caused that. We're gonna say it's because of the lights. They had those fancy lights, so we're gonna say that's because of those lights.
I almost had a stroke, I think, during that light show. But other than that, it was great.
But other than that, they came out in the second half. They made adjustments and they put it to Wynnewood pretty good.
So Tishomingo, they're going to be hungry for a win. They have not won a game since week 3 of 2018. So 0-26 since that time. So obviously, it's been a long time, and they haven't won a district game since week 10 of the 2016 season.
Wow.
So
that's tough.
Yeah,
I mean that's tough. Yes, we are playing them tonight, and obviously I want to win. But you hate to see it for those kids.
Sure, in district they were winless in 17, 18, 19, and 20. So, and in the 15 seasons since Tish last defeated Davis, they have not won a playoff game except in 2005.
Wow.
So,
okay.
So again, it's
all these stats coming from
Boyd Fulton, our statistician. That's
Thank
exactly
you again,
right.
Boyd.
Thanks again, Boyd. We love you, man. He does a lot for us. So, I saw somebody the other day was messaging him and said, how did you stockpile all this stuff? And I know, if Boyd will tell the story, it's probably been, I think, around 6 years ago now, but somebody, he started researching it. When I mean researching it, he spent about 7 months, digging through journals, digging through any information that was out there to kind of compile the stats. And now he kind of maintains and updates it weekly. So, it's always real numbers out there. So it's pretty cool.
He sent me the database one time.
Yeah, I still have it.
And man, there is so
awesome.
much information there.
Every game Davis has ever won in the score. It's
incredible. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
so man, kudos to Boyd for helping us out with that. That's awesome.
So the Wolves this week, it's going to be interesting to see what's going on. Obviously, we've had a couple guys kind of shook up this week. Two involved in a car wreck earlier.
Yes.
We've got the national anthem here, so let's take just a break.
Just take a little break, and we'll come right back.
We'll come right back after this.
Junior cheerleader Katie McCaskill, to be followed by the playing of our national anthem by the Pride of the Arbuckles, the Davis High School Marching Girls Band. But first, our invocation.
Please bow your head and pray with me. Dear Lord, be those who are fighting for our country so we can all be here tonight. Please watch over both teams as they compete and help us all to have good sportsmanship, both on and off the field. Be with those who traveled here tonight so that they can make it home safely. These things I ask in your name. Amen.
Again, fans, special thanks goes to Davis Flores for their stage decorations.
So 13:22 to go. 13:20 to go before the game starts here. So we got a few minutes here, and what we were kind of talking about before that, quick break there to do the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance and all that good stuff was, so there's a couple Wolves that were have kind of been dinged up. There was a car wreck involving
Ethan Kennedy and
Polecat,
Spencer Clinton.
Both those guys.
I will say that he did come to me. He was like, "What's a polecat?" And I
It's
wouldn't tell him.
man.
I wouldn't tell
skunk.
him. I made him go research a little bit, and he was like, "No, I don't like it." He actually joined our esports Discord and made his name Polecat in the Discord. So
he's embraced it finally.
I think he is embracing it a little bit.
So I did see Ethan obviously still kind of suffering through a concussion where they got T-bone, so he will not play tonight. I did see Polecat was suited out. So
I believe
looks like he's going to go.
he is going to get a chance to play. I would expect to see him, depending on at where he's at physically, that 70, 80, 90%. I would expect to see him have a pretty good game against this Tishomingo Indian team. But
I know also talking with Gavin Morstad, he's kind of been dealing with some stuff this week as well. So I'm glad to see he's back.
I believe he is playing as well. So for the most part, I think everybody outside of Ethan was the only one that is back.
No major injuries last week. That's always good news. So they are out on the field getting ready here. So the visitor section's starting to fill up a little bit. We got a few more people out there.
We got a few fans filling in over there.
Yeah. If not, we've got lots of people we could send over there to fill those seats in.
We do. It may get a little ugly, but we could do that. We could send Mr. Morse over there. Mr. Morse joining us now.
Mr. Morse just came up the stairs.
Hey, just for the record, Mr. Morse also has a beautiful ribbon that I purchased for him earlier.
Yes, I love it. A throwback
it's very shiny.
The very 2000s-ish, 90s-ish homecoming ribbons.
That's exactly right. We need to go back to those. That was always my favorite part of I had a box full of the ribbons that we used to get on Fridays.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys kept those. I kept them.
I'm not a keeper of things, so
that's disappointing.
But I am going to call out talking about throwback. The greatest throwback I have ever seen happened in Davis High School this week. Coach Dakota Blackwell, coach for the Davis Wolves here, went to his throwback attire for his high school days. Shaved his beard.
Well, I was going to say, I saw him up at the parade earlier, and I was like, who's that young 12-year-old man up by the
had the earrings in, flat bill hat, gym shorts down to his knees,
that's awesome.
The Schnucks shoes with the long socks, and we all thought he was a new student for the day.
Yep.
So greatest throwback I've seen.
So greatest for a teacher, I don't know if you saw, for students, Kevin, Boulding, and Tough Hammonds. If you saw them separate, you wouldn't know. One of them had on an AC/DC T-shirt. The other had on a Metallica T-shirt. And they were Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
together.
that's awesome.
You go.
So
I was very proud.
They did. They participated very well this week. I'll give them that. So I do want to point out Kevin Boulding having to push his truck.
I saw that through the homecoming parade. I've never seen somebody push a truck.
Okay, so it's very ironic because he actually was the who's who for most friendly. So it looked like a couple of friendly guys pushing a truck, but it actually did run out of gas.
Now, my wife, she did say the best joke today, which was she wishes it was who was the worst and best driver that was pushing the truck up the road.
Yes,
so
that would have been great.
That would have been good.
Luscious Locks, Levi Baxter voted best driver.
Is that right? So I see that every year, best and worst driver. So is one of them best and one of them worst, or are they both?
No, one is the best and one is
one's the worst.
Notice, and if you ever pay attention, the best driver is dad and daughter on their way to being as cool as the son.
No,
but he did cut his hair off.
He did.
He did cut his hair off. So I feel like it's the same thing.
I think he got. And speaking of him, there he is walking across the rail right there. But I think he got scared when we started making fun of people with long hair on the broadcast. So he decided it was time to go.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's got time to grow it back.
He does. And the good news is he probably won't cut it again until about 2027. So
hey, there we go.
So 7:53 to go here. What would you like to see tonight, Mr. Morris?
Go ahead.
Throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
Not against this
Actually,
team.
so we were watching this earlier. Brad and I were, and we noticed the Indians were putting the ball up a lot in their warm-up. So I think what I want to see is defense with their head on a swivel, because as much as they were putting the ball in the air just in practice, that's not something you do just because. So if the ball's going to be flying around that much, that means, and for lack of a better, there's not a nice way to put it, not accurately.
Right.
So get your head up, do your job, but then be looking for that ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
There's going to be some opportunities there.
I
without
definitely,
doubt.
I'd like to see Cody get a couple of picks, going up, getting the ball. Those safety guys, those corners. One thing I've always struggled with is, and it's not just Davis, it's a lot of football teams. Those little button hook routes that we used to call them. They give too much of a cushion to those guys. I want to see them up in their face, make those guys really regret catching the ball almost.
You want to, you say hear footsteps.
Yes.
They hear footsteps to get nervous and something will happen. Talking about, you mentioned Cody Caraway. Another player last week that I thought did a really good job was Seth Knapp, and I was talking to him this week, and just about being in the right place. And, and I feel like he's going to be out there, and because, he came through when they needed him several times.
Especially with Ethan out, I think we may see quite a bit of Seth.
I agree.
And talking about, real quick, you were asking me about what I wanted to see and talking about watching for interceptions. I was talking to Mr. Owens this week, Coach, and also Coach Blackwell, Coach Fullerton. And, Davis had a great game last week against Wynnewood, but we felt like the real momentum shifter was that interception by Ty Barnett.
Sure.
That goes all the way back, and, they never let off the gas after that. So.
No, I think that was a huge deal for the defense to get that interception. That pick six by Ty Barnett came up big and really kind of said, hey, we're here to play, and we're not going to lay down. And really kind of put Wynnewood on their heels.
So, trivia question for you two guys. So, since tonight is the opening district game of the 2021 season, do you know who the last team or the last district opening loss was for the Wolves and what year?
Oh, man.
District opening loss.
That's going to be a tough one for me because I've got who I think I want to say, but I know that's not right. So
spit it out. I like when people are wrong.
Because it's been so long since Davis and Sulphur were in the same district, and I don't think that they played early on when they were still in the same district. So I want it, like my tongue wants to say Sulphur, but I know that's not right. So
and I know there's not very many of them because of the record, but I'll go ahead and say Tishomingo.
Tishomingo, both you guys are wrong, so
yes.
that makes you feel better. So now the team, I'll give you one more hint and see if you guys can get it. So the team that we lost our district opener to, we had, I believe it was a 28-game winning streak against prior to that loss.
A 28-game?
I believe so. Boyd, if I'm wrong, text me. But I believe it was 28 consecutive games that we had won until we lost in the district opener. And I will even help you. It was 2019.
Oh. I was here for that.
Yeah, we were both here. We were all commentating that game.
This one should help you guys get it. Tishomingo defers to the second half after winning the toss.
Okay, so Brad, I'm gonna ask you here. You asked Mr. Morse what he would like to see. The Davis part of me, now that I've been here a little while, says, man, I want to see a long, methodical drive down the field and eating that whole first quarter. But then there's a part of me that says, man, let's go score like real quick.
I'm kind of in the middle on that. Really, I want to see us control the clock because I think that's what's going to keep us successful this year. We're going to have to do that more and more as we compete against higher octane offenses.
Yep.
So against this team, I would like to see us break some long plays. We have not had a lot of long touchdown either runs or even we've had a couple throws for touchdowns, but I'd like to see some longer explosive plays.
I would agree with you. The downside to that for me tonight is Ethan Kennedy has shown a lot of that explosiveness.
He has.
And for him being out tonight, so I hate that because I think he's a big part of that. But at the same time, Mr. Morris alluded to it, from last week at Wynnewood, we had some of those young guys that showed a lot of that. So maybe tonight's the night that another young kid is going to step up and be that explosiveness.
Well, you know how it is. The young kids, they work. You earn playing time, and they earn it throughout the season. You're seeing more and more of them, especially last week. We saw a lot of them playing important downs. Kennedy, which is a sophomore, he played a lot of important downs, but he had all kinds of kids out there. We had
the Polecat. We had Seth Knapp. We had Todd Barnett.
You had Brendan Rawls.
Brendan Rawls,
a
freshman. So to me, last week, like I said it on the live stream last week, it became the game of the underclassmen. Luke Linville, freshman, came in late in the game and was playing at the quarterback spot and showed a lot of that explosiveness. So, man, really, really bright future for the Wolves ahead.
So the Wolves are about to come out. Again, anytime it's homecoming, one of the important things is kind of putting all of this other stuff aside and playing good, clean football. So that's really what I'd like to see. So here come the Wolves for the first time this evening. The Wolves will receive. So I gotta admit, guys, it does make my heart feel warm that Polecat did not like his nickname.
I've tried to tell him all week that you do not get to pick your name.
It's no fun when you get to pick your nickname.
Yeah, but the fact that he, later in the week did join our esports Discord and used Polecat as his
awesome.
name, yeah. I feel like he was kind of starting to embrace it, mainly because we didn't give him any choice. But
that's the trick.
That I didn't know. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So back deep for the Wolves, you've got Caraway, and then you also have Brendan Rawls. So we talked about Brendan Rawls. I know, Jared, you and I were talking beforehand that we think we're going to see a lot of him offensively. And
right.
He is already out there on kickoff as one of the two deep guys. So I think with Kennedy not being available, I think his load that he's got to carry is going to be higher than it normally is. Deep kick's going to go to Caraway at about the 10-yard line. He's going to fake the handoff to Rawls. He's got a little bit of room to run. Nice run. Gets down to about the 45-yard line. Nice. I like the fake. They really keyed on the handoff there.
Right, and I gotta see who that was. Maybe I didn't have the number right. It might have been. It could have been Justin, but we had a block. I mean, he shoved that kid all the way back to the 20.
First and 10 Wolves at the 45-yard line. Hammond's in at quarterback. Hammond's going to give to 24 Lane Rawls, and again, I like Rawls just kind of powering his way forward for good positive yardage on first down on a straight dive there. It's good. That's a good sign when we're picking up 8 yards on first down.
Absolutely.
Apologies to our viewers out there. Our board operator actually hit the button on the space bar and it reset to so it says like 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's 11:23. So
I guess that was
he's
6
fired.
yards.
I kind of want to sell him out.
Yeah, he's fired.
Lane Rawls back with the carry, picks up the first down.
Chris York on the board, everybody.
Way to go, Chris.
You're doing great.
So Rawls on back-to-back carries picks up the first down. Wolves are quickly already past midfield and are now at the Tishomingo 44-yard line.
Very first, Davis Woods, first down and 10.
So this time Hammonds is going to keep. He gets out on the edge. He's got some room to run. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15. Oh, gets out of bounds.
And that was probably the safest bet for him there, Brad. I'm usually keep going until they knock you down, but he had about 3 of them right there.
He did.
In his pocket, so
So Wolves are going to have the ball within the red zone for the first time tonight. They're at the Tishomingo 15-yard line after that long 29-yard run by Hammonds. So in just like that, a drive that started at their own 45-yard line, the Wolves are now threatening. Handoff goes to Rawls again, just kind of powers his way forward again.
Something that I'm noticing, Brad, and not that it's going to happen, but, you know, they keep playing Cody one-on-one out here, and at some point, a quick fake and a shot over the top, and he's right there by himself.
Also had some other guys out. You know, you've got right now you've got Britt and Eidelman out on. There's a pitch out to Eidelman out on the edge.
There's a nice stiff arm. Oh, and they might. Well, I thought we might see a flag on that as a horse collar, but
that's going to bring up a third down, and we'll say at about. It looks like a third down and about 4. Ball's going to be spotted at the 9-yard line. So also featured in running backs earlier, I saw Tyson Moss out there, one of the tailback spots. So they're working in some different kids at tailback. Trey Gamble also is going to play this evening, number 7 for the first time.
And you also see out there Hunter Toops out on the line for the first time this year.
I formation. That time Eidelman just is going to duck his shoulder. Oh, they're going to mark him out at the 2-yard line. I thought he got in, but he must have stepped out. Anyway, it works. It's going to bring up a 1st and goal. Ball's going to be just outside the going to be marked out at the 2. This is the 8th play of the drive. Wolves are about to, looks like they're threatening to punch one in here. Heavy formation this time.
Big set.
It's going to go straight to Rawls, and Rawls is just going to power his way in.
The
defense wanted no part of that one.
No,
they just got out of the way.
They got wide open there. So.
Yep. So 2-yard touchdown run by Lane Rawls. Rawls with the first 2 carries, then punches it in from 2 yards out. And with 9:59 to go in the first quarter, the Wolves are on the board. So, you know, Kennedy has been the kicker, too, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out here to kick. So it looks like it is going to be number 10, which is Tyler Tinsley, is going to be the kicker this evening. 5'9", 140-pound junior.
Seth Knapp on the hold, just like last week. So
Number 10, Tyler Tinsley.
The snap is up. The kick is up. And it is good, just like that. It is now 7-0. With that, we will take a quick break. This is Brad Bentley and the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. We'll be back. We are back, 9:59 to go in the first quarter. Davis taking the opening kickoff and 9 plays, 55-yard touchdown drive there. Now they're going to kick off Tishomingo's first possession, or attempted first possession. I know we like to kick that deep on sides here and see if one of our guys can get it, so it'll be interesting to see if we do that. Tishomingo is ready for it. They've got all 3 guys walked up at about the 20-yard line with nobody deep, so again, they're saying we know what you're trying to do here.
Brad, like there is a huge gap over here on the side.
Gap.
Yep. So it is a deep onside. It's going to be fielded and fair caught at about the 35-yard line. Jake Parker leveling some poor kid out there.
Yeah.
Brad, real quick, a real quick score. You know, district game. Marlowe and Comanche.
Two undefeated teams.
Two undefeated teams. You know, Comanche off a big win last week at Long Grove. I believe it was at Long Grove. But they did beat Long Grove, but at 7-0 already, Marlowe.
Okay. So shotgun formation, empty backfield for Tishomingo. And we talked about them throwing the ball, and that is exactly what they're going to do. Ooh, there's a hold big time. Baxter got mugged going out of there. I you better check because I think his wallet is gone.
Yeah. But I kind of what we were talking about at the beginning of the game, you know, tough, and then and Jake Parker right there with the receiver the whole way, looking, you know, head turn, looking for the ball.
Good job that time of bracketing that guy, and he just never letting him break loose. We had contain over the top, which is where sometimes you get beat if you're not ready. So 2nd and 10, they're still at their own 41-yard line, 9:54. So again, if they put the ball in there this much, another empty backfield. It's gonna be a long football game. Quarterback looks to throw. He's going to roll around. There's another hold. The ball is on the ground. Let's see if they're going to mark it. Let's see what
they're going to say.
Are they going to call it an incomplete pass?
They're going to say he had the.
I think they're going to talk about it. At least they're going to talk about it. Incomplete.
Man.
I didn't think he had it long enough.
Really?
Well, I'll tell you what. Our defense is getting mugged up front. That was the second time where.
What's now kind of the popular term in college and professional football is they make the football move.
Yeah.
He did not make the quote-unquote football move.
My argument for that would be that he didn't have a chance. You know, he did catch the ball, turned, and then was immediately hit. So that's where I struggle with the quote-unquote football move rule. But, yes, I understand where you're coming from.
So no gain on that pass reception. 3rd and 10 now. Tishomingo again looking to throw the ball. Oh, they've got a guy out. Let's see. It looks like he is right at the first down marker.
I feel like our secondary is faster
Yeah,
receivers, so that much cushion isn't necessary.
Right, and that's kind of, we talked about it before the game, or I did. That's where I've always struggled, and not just with Davis, but a lot of different football teams. You see them giving that cushion, like they're afraid of getting beat. I want to see them hear those footsteps. That's what your term you used earlier.
So Tishomingo with the first down now at the Davis 49-yard line after the 11-yard completion.
Not that I really have any room to talk about speed.
Yeah, well, hey.
Tish still in the shotgun formation. Going to hand off underneath. Tackles made up front. You've got Parks, and then you also have 28, Mitchell Garrison, in there on that play. About 3 yards on that first down run. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 46-yard line. Looks like Tishomingo is going to have trips formation to one side, single receiver back, shotgun in the single running back on the side of the quarterback. Quarterback's moving early. They're going to have to call that here in a second. Ball is intended downfield, incomplete.
That was even though he was a little late to the receiver, Cody Carraway is good. Go ahead and stick that kid when it touches his fingers.
Okay, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Ball still at the 46-yard line. And again, I'll tell you what, I think the refs have missed a lot early on in this so far. There's been a lot of holds. There's been a lot of false starts that they are not catching. So let's see if how this progresses. Little reverse here. See, it's played pretty well up front that time by number, I believe that was 40, Chase Stewart in there at defensive end. Stayed home, kind of played off his block and made the tackle.
Good job, because it really kind of looked like he was going to get out in the open field. So.
Well, there was a lot of grass on the other side of Stewart.
Yeah,
that was number 2, Cruz
Martinez. So they are going to go for it on 4th and 5 from the 44-yard line. So big down this time for the defense.
4th and 5.
Oh, and I think we just jumped off sides there. That's going to give them a first down or close if it doesn't. If it was 4th and 5, that's a first down.
It's usually the Wolves on the benefiting end of that.
Oh, he called it on them.
Oh, false start.
They called it on them. Maybe
look,
they heard us earlier.
I'm going to be
Devil's advocate.
I don't know that I wouldn't be just as upset as the coach on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, that looked like an obvious.
Everybody in here thought that was on Levi Baxter.
Levi, good job. You just jumped when the other guy did.
Yeah, you threw him off. It was the locks.
So it's going to bring up. Well, maybe he tripped on him.
Yeah, he could have.
So the wind caught it.
First and 10 now, fourth and 10. Quick kick here. It's going to roll down. Let's see where they get the ball to stop. It's going to be about the 10-yard line. It looks like the 11. So Davis will take over at the 11-yard line, their second possession.
Number 3, Tyson Barrett.
So Tishomingo unable to put any points on the board, but did do a good job of kind of flipping the field and making Davis have a long field if they want to put some points on the board.
Well, I think what we're just going to see some more of the run, Brad. I mean,
I hope so.
That's kind of the.
I like it. I like it.
I know you do.
It's my favorite thing.
Wewoka football.
We threw the ball at Wewoka.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we did. We were about 50-50. But I've been in Davis long enough now that I became a big fan of it. That's right.
What's funny
Handoff this time. Ooh, he's got a little room to run there. 24. That is Lane Rawls.
What's funny is I come from 8-man, which runs the football.
That's weird.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Rawls with a nice first down pickup there. Gets down to about the 16-yard line.
You see the Rawls substitution there. Lane coming off and Brendan going in. It's always good to have a spare Rawls around.
That's right.
Yeah.
You go into the toolbox.
Yeah.
Put the hammer away.
Yeah.
Bring out the crowbar.
Yeah.
There you go, crowbar.
I like it. I like it.
I've been thinking about it for about 25 minutes.
Okay, that might have been him right there. Let's see who had that carry, because he didn't get a whole lot, unfortunately, for that guy. And it is Lane.
It was the crowbar.
It was the crowbar.
So, I always like to call this will bring back some memories to the old Davis people out there. I always like to call Brendan, I like to call him Rerun. So if you remember Rerun from the 80s around here.
Wow, that is a major throwback.
Because if the defense is going to get to see him again and again and again. Yep. So I always like calling him Rerun myself. Not to take away from the original Rerun. So option out on the edge this time to Britt. Britt runs through his own man, and then the defender kind of makes a tackle there.
It's a good pitch.
Is the operative term, yeah.
That's exactly right.
To me, that was a good pitch. The one thing I wish I would have – he almost got out
there. A little too early.
Needed to kind of cut back in, maybe a half step and get up the sideline there or get closer to the sideline, but just missed it.
So no gain there is going to bring up a 4th and 5. So now the Wolves are punt here. Second possession's a 3-and-out for the Wolves. Now this time we're going to see what they're doing here. They're actually setting up on the edge. Ooh, nice punt. Beautiful punt that time by Lane Rawls. It's going to hit about the 50 and roll down to about the 45.
For the field position, that's a good punt.
Yeah, you put them when you're deep in your own territory, inside your own 20. If you get them on their side of the field, to me, that's good at high school football.
So something else, we didn't talk about earlier is, Stewie got his first start tonight at nose guard. Mitchell Garrison starting at nose guard this evening.
Again, those young guys stepping up. And, here at Davis, you hear it when you talk about the Patriots or, the San Antonio Spurs in basketball or anything like that, those dynasties. Next man up. We lose a star, it's next man up. And now you're starting to see some of that with these Wolves.
Malachi White out there playing with the big club at safety, too. Oh, ball's on the ground. It's going to be a loss there. Again, I don't know if it was a bad snap or the quarterback's just unable to come up with it.
Yeah, he wasn't ready for it. It was off on his side just a little bit. I don't know if he wasn't looking, but ball basically hit him in the shoulder before falling to the ground.
So ball's going to come down to the 39-yard line now. So it's going to bring up a second long. And Tish is lucky to get the recovery there because, it could have taken a weird little bounce, and Davis was all over it.
Mm-hmm.
So 5:14 to go in the first quarter. Davis leading 7-0. Tish still in the shotgun formation. Again, they're looking to put the ball in the air, and nice pitch and catch that time.
Wide open there.
Ran a little crossing route. It's going to mark it about right below the I'll tell you what, he got about 9 yards on that.
Well, I'm going to have to take back what I said earlier about watching him pregame because he's been fairly accurate.
It was a good throw there, and nice catch by that kid. Hit him in stride, had some room to run where he caught the ball, led him just enough. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 46-yard line. Tish on the Davis side of the field now. A little bit different formation here. Now we're back in that heavy set. There was early motion there. They didn't call it.
There's been some on just about every snap offensively for the Tishomingo Indians.
Tish, you see a guy going before the snap almost every play.
Yeah.
So they're going to pick up the first down there. And I'll tell you what, they didn't pick it up by much. I thought he might have got stopped there. But it's going to bring up a 1st and 10. The ball's going to be spotted at the 44-yard line. So 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Davis leading 7-0. Quarterback's going to keep. He's going to be brought down that time by Gavin Moore. Nice job that time by Gavin. Stayed home.
Yeah,
wasn't fooled at all by the motion away.
No, he busted through there, shed that block pretty easily, and was able to. I mean, he was there waiting on the guy with the ball. So.
Second down for Tishomingo.
So you got Baxter back in at nose guard now, and Bolding and Moore of the other two D tackles. Your linebackers are Britt, Parks, Rawls. Let me see who I'm trying to see who that is on the opposite side of the field, but. And that's Clinton Stewart. Stewart in on the tackle right on. Ooh, and he threw that ball late. That bounced off the ground. I'll tell you what.
Now, the one thing I don't want to see happen right there is you saw that was a busted play. Everybody was kind of going after the quarterback, but he was still well behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he had an open area to throw that ball to. So as much as you want to see everybody going at the ball, let's not forget about those guys downfield.
There's going to be somebody open, yeah.
So 3rd and 11 now for Tishomingo. Davis has done a good job of giving Tishomingo long downs on 3rd down to be able to pick up the first. So let's see if they can get off the field. Trips formation to one side. Quarterback's going to roll out. He's looking to throw back on a little tunnel screen or a bubble screen. We got a flag. Again, I think they finally got the hold out there.
Should be a hold out there.
So they're pickup of about 5 yards on that play, but I think there's going to be a hold on Tish.
Complete to number 4.
Oh, blocking the back.
Blocking the back, so. So it's going to go from 3rd and 11. Let's see what it's marked off at here. So Tish is going to have another opportunity at 3rd down. This time it's going to be about a 3rd and what looks like about 17. Ball's going to be spotted at the Tishomingo 48-yard line now. So this is when you got to go deep into your playbook when it's 3rd and 18. Trips formation to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Quarterback is going to roll back, looking to throw the ball. He's got a little room to run, lets the ball loose. He's got a guy open, just overthrew the guy. Kind of broke loose in coverage over the top of us there. We kind of got lucky.
So, if I'm going to, again, play that devil's advocate a little bit. If I'm on that other side of the ball, or other side of the field, and I'm the coach, man, I'm having a conversation with my quarterback right now because we've already seen that one fumble.
Yep.
And if you guys will watch him when he takes a snap, he catches it one-handed every time. And man, I would come unglued.
Yeah, I would too.
It being that loose with the ball.
So 4th and 18, 2:44 to go in the first quarter here. So I'm assuming this is going to be a quick kick, and it is. Ball is going to come out. It's going to be fair caught at about the 15-yard line by Jessen Eidelman. Nice job that time of him catching the ball before it could take a bounce and kind of gain some additional yardage here. Not an easy catch either. It kind of made me a little nervous, to be quite honest with you.
And I don't know, but You guys, y'all played football. I'm not a football player. I played the world football. But are they typically that close to the line on a quick kick? Because he
Not
barely
normally, I wouldn't think.
barely gets that across his line every time.
Depends on if you line up in a quick kick formation, which is usually a normal offensive set.
Okay.
Punt formation usually is a little bit deeper.
Right. I just didn't know if the
quick kick. The intent of it is that the defense thinks you're going to run a traditional play.
And you're just trying to pin them deep.
Yeah. Handoff this time. He's got some room to run straight down the middle that time by number 30, Brendan Rawls.
Right down the middle.
Nice lane.
As much as I like the crowbar and the tool reference with older brother, but rerun, I do kind of like rerun. I do kind of like
Well, like I said, there is a famous Davis has a rerun that played for OU for a while, but again, he's from in the 80s.
The second coming of rerun.
Little rerun. So 2:15 to go, 7-0 Davis leading. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Another handoff to Rawls here.
Golly.
Boy, Tishomingo is getting gashed up front.
He's not even that low.
Good job by the offensive.
The
offensive line is mashing people up front.
He's just come hit me.
Yeah,
that's what he said. Come get me.
Yeah, he's almost daring people to hit him.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of kid he is. Come hit me, but I promise you, if you don't hit me, I'm gonna hit you.
But he's got a bear trap hold on that ball, which is what you want for sure.
1st and 10 after that 14-yard run.
Again.
Here he comes again, straight down the middle. I'll tell you what, when you're getting 15 yards a carry.
I'm all
I'd
about
keep going to it.
Yeah.
Like, do this until they can stop me.
Yep. You don't have to be cute now. Keep running the play until they say stop.
1, 2, 3.
I see Coach Bobby Dale down there signaling a play.
Calling it in
from the sidelines.
So 1:30 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. Wolves driving here. Davis at the Tishomingo 42. Quarterback drops back to pass. He's got a man open if he can get there. Just a little overthrow.
I know we talked about, do it until that, but hey, that right there, I like that.
That was a good play.
I like the play call there. Everybody's looking for that run right up the middle for that 10-yard gain, and you just kind of fake them. He almost had two guys open to throw to because I'm pretty sure it was Malachi White, on a little swing out run.
I got to be honest with you, though. I don't like throwing to a guy with a cast on his hand.
Well, that's true. That's a good
Your
point.
reservation is noted, Brad.
Run this time, short gain. Again, that was Brendan Rawls that time as well. Little rerun there on the gain of about 1. Ball's going to be a 3rd and 9. So this is the one bad thing about when you throw the ball and you don't get a completion is you've got a longer second and third down or longer third and fourth down to pick up that first down. So we're facing a 3rd and 9 now. Again, 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. So we got time to run maybe 2 plays, more than likely just 1. Spencer Clinton out wide. Eidelman out wide. Quick pitch out on the edge. He's got some room to run.
Brendan.
Some people in front of him.
Go, Brendan.
Brendan again, nice run. Goes out of bounds after he picks up the first down.
So there's your second play, Brad.
There you go.
There's 24 seconds left on the clock. You may even get 2 more in.
Yep. Well, if they go like that, you certainly will.
Yep.
So ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. 16-yard run that time by Brendan Rawls.
1, 2, 3.
So now we got the polecat on this side.
Polecat on this side. Flexbone formation. Again, quarterback's going to keep this time. Designated keep. Gets down right at the first down.
I think he got the first down.
He did.
They're going to mark it a couple yards short, maybe a yard and a half.
Yep, you're right.
You think
they are.
Hurry up and get it, or
let
it go?
I'll probably just let it go.
I think that's what's going to happen because the quarterback's walking over to the coaches. So after 1, it's going to be 7-0 Wolves, and they are threatening again just outside just inside the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So another, while we got a little time here for the next play, another district game going on right now. Lindsay at Colgate. That game is all square with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, 6-6.
Go Tigers.
So good.
Tigers.
Tough one there. What is Colgate's not the Tigers?
Colgate's a Wildcats.
Wildcats, that's right.
I was like,
It's another cat.
Hey, somebody's got to know their mascots
Brad,
around
in the
here,
state
apparently.
of Oklahoma, I can say Bulldogs or Tigers and get about 50-50.
You can. You can.
So then you got, again, Comanche out Marlowe. Marlowe just starting the second quarter, up 14-zip. Let's see. Trying to look for some other district games here.
6-0. 0-1-0. 4-6-0. 0-1-0.
Bingo.
Frederick at Marietta doesn't have an updated score. So, hey, come on, people out there. If you're at the Frederick Marietta game, y'all got to post some scores now.
Okay, all right. We're going to see if you can redeem yourself. Can you name both of those mascots?
Frederick's the Bombers.
Okay, that would only be one.
Marietta.
This depends on who you ask.
Boy, I hope you know this one. They've only been in our district for about 50 years.
Yeah, I've only been in the district for 4, so. I've got. It's a Native American.
It is.
It
Are
is.
they the Savages?
They're
No,
the Indians,
they're
but
the
it's
Indians.
close,
Yeah.
yes.
If you ask a sophomore here at Davis, they're the Indians.
Oh, they are the
Okay.
Indians.
For those of
Thank
you who don't
you.
know, the sophomores at Davis misspelled Indians on
Heads
their
up to all
float
sophomores.
today.
Oh, no.
We're
Yeah.
doing spelling tests for the rest of the year.
Okay.
A couple of viewers out there watching this, Mr. Chad Foster, middle school teacher, Mr. Randy Johnson sitting at home watching us. Great to have you guys.
Quarterback's going to draw back to pass again, intended for Caraway. Caraway with the
Yes!
catch. Gets in, touchdown. Nice job that time of Caraway coming back for the ball.
Yeah, he
a
had
little
to
bit
make an
underthrown.
adjustment. Yeah.
So Caraway with the touchdown catch. It's going to add to the Wolves' lead. Now 13-0 with the extra point coming. 11:54 to go in the second quarter. Wolves now leading 13-0. Back to kick for the Wolves is number 10, Tyler Tinsley. Tinsley got his first one. Let's see if we can get 2 in a row here. Good snap. Kick is up. Kind of a line drive shot,
Good
but it
kick.
is good. Just like that, it's now 14-0. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Davis Wolves Football. This is Brad Bentley, Jared Morris, and Bobby Alexander. We'll be back.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
So we're back. 11:54 to go in the second quarter. Wolves now leading 14-0 and about to kick the ball off. You know, one thing I'm really excited about, Jared, is you have not mentioned that Bobby and I are wearing the same shirt tonight.
You missed the memo, Mr. Morse.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so dang cute that I just didn't want to ruin it.
You know, with you in the middle of us, I kind of feel like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the others.
Wow.
Consider I'm both of you put together.
This just got weird.
You know.
It's okay. We're all friends up here in the press box.
Are we?
Sometimes.
Oh, sure.
Okay, back
tough
to
for
kick
Dwayne.
here. Another directional kick. It's going to be fair caught. Again, they were not fooled by that one at all. That's fair caught at the 37.
Am I wrong just to want to see a deep kick?
The thing is, hey.
I don't know that we have anybody that can kick deep.
Yeah.
Or we could try.
Well, here at Davis, they toe kick. And so it's just.
Well, you know,
Special little
you're
pocket of football.
playing the averages.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it's do I want to give them space to run out in the open field, or do I want to, or am I getting about the same yardage just by directionally kicking it to the sideline? So,
Yeah.
you know, you're playing the averages, and again, a lot of times you're going to be successful doing that.
First and 10, Tishomingo at the 37.
So Tish back in the shotgun formation. Going to have to get rid of the ball quick, and it is, played very well by Hammonds there.
Tough.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
That was both of them going after the ball. Great job there by Tough.
Hammonds had a chance at that one, too. That's again, he read that play well.
You know, one thing I want to say, for those of you who can't see on camera, but Coach Parker was back here yelling at Justin Ottoman, hey, get out wide, get out wide. And the fact that all these boys, I mean, they listen well. You don't see that a whole lot. Sometimes coaches have to jump up and down and scream and holler, but Coach Parker doesn't have to do that. Yes, he is yelling, but it's not in forceful manner. So.
Trips receivers to the far side. Quarterback's going to roll out. He's going to have to get rid of the ball. Just puts it up. Ooh, almost Eidelman there playing.
Right there
Eidelman playing center field is almost able to come up with it. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now from the 37. Again, that clock's not rolling real fast with all these pass attempts.
I'm not going to apologize, Brad.
Well, no, I'm okay with it. It's 13.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm okay with all their missed pass attempts.
That's hey, we're 50% throwing the ball, man.
Hey, that's all it takes, man.
Baseball, we'd be batting 500.
Yeah, that's Hall of Fame material.
Yeah.
So bunch formation this time. Oh, quarterback was not ready for that one at all. Went over his shoulder, but let's see what the call is.
Oh,
they called timeout. Yeah, they called timeout before it happened.
I don't know about that.
I don't. That almost seemed like they blew the whistle.
Boy, that was
after
weird.
The ball
Yeah, that
was
was
snapped.
Curious and curious.
Interesting.
This time, $50 cash, courtesy of Simmons Bank.
I want $50 cash.
This is a blue ticket.
It's a blue ticket. You got any blue tickets on you?
No.
Doesn't sound like you're winning $50
I'm
cash.
probably
then.
not going to be $50.
All you're going to win is a red ribbon this evening.
I'm so proud of it, though. It's very shiny.
It is.
At least I'm not dressed like Bobby.
That's true.
Wow.
Hey, Bobby's dressed like me, not vice versa.
That's I model myself after Brad.
There you go.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anybody better to model yourself after.
Today,
but
I mean, poor life decisions.
All
See
right.
if one of the girls can get it through the window.
If they do.
I will give her
If they do, she might be next year's quarterback.
So she might be the starter next week.
So 11:43 to go. Been Wolves 14-0. So again, Tishomingo's been able to move the ball a little bit, but haven't been able to punch anything in. Wolves' defense is kind of bent, but never broke so far. So,
yeah, they've played well. A few little pass plays here and there, but none of the big plays, which I think we've given up a couple of them.
Well, and especially as many times as Tishomingo's put the ball in the air. Played pretty good coverage almost the whole game.
Yeah. And here's where we're going to start. I know we're still early in the second quarter, but you're going to start seeing some of those Tishomingo players with their hands on their hips.
So here you go, bunch formation this time. This is where a lot of times you'll see like the tunnel screens and things like that. Let's see what we get. Ball's intended downfield. Caught it over the top of two people right there. Again, kind of lost contain, let him get underneath them.
But good job by Caraway to pursue.
Caraway gets him out of bounds, but nice completion. Nice gets downfield there on the first down play. So that 3rd and 10, they're able to connect and get a whole bunch of yardage. The ball's going to be spotted down at the Davis 30-yard line. So pick of a.
You got to hand it to that quarterback because that was a heck of a throw.
That was a good throw. Nice catch by that receiver too.
Yeah.
So Tishomingo now in that offset eye right now. They're going to hand off to the up back. Ooh, played great by the defense that time. Lane Rawls and number 22, Drew Parks, in on those tackles. Now, I got to see last week at a wedding, old Drew Parks and Ethan Kennedy both those young men were in a wedding and got to wear like a bright metallic suit jacket throwing flowers as they walked down the aisle. It was very entertaining.
Second down.
Back in the offset eye. We've got a flag.
Looks like we might have another false start.
There we go. There's the false start. We got one called that time. The official took about 20 steps before he threw his flag there, too.
That was the most nonchalant flag.
He's like, I better throw this one since I'm going to call a penalty.
I thought he was up there walking up to have a casual conversation with somebody.
I will say our squad this week's a little different because we actually have a white hat out there because he didn't get taken out.
That's right. His knee's still okay, this white hat.
Yeah.
We're still early in the second quarter, guys.
It could happen.
10-19 to go in the second quarter. Wolves leading 14-0. Tishomingo on the Davis 38-yard line, facing a second 19 after the penalty.
Second and long from the 39.
Quarterback's just going to keep. He's going to pick up what he can, and there's not a whole lot there. He's Levi Baxter in on the tackle, as is looks like Drew Parks is going to come off the field here.
Number 3, Barrett. Stop for the Wolves. 56. Levi.
So we've got Brendan Rawls is going to come in for Parks here. It looks like he got his shoulder stinger here. He's got that brace anyway, kind of securing his shoulder. So obviously he's had at least a shoulder issue before. I don't know if it, but he's in a lot of pain. So we've got the Rawls duo out there at linebacker. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass, looking to go downfield. Got some room to run. Nice recovery by Hammonds. Hammonds lost him in coverage there for a minute. It's able to kind of make up, tap that ball away.
That hand in there, and again, that kind of hearing footsteps right behind him kind of helped out.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and 18 now after that long pass attempt. You know, really, the Wolves have been really good in coverage today. I know we talked about that a little bit earlier. That's another play that it was a contested catch. Again, you know, a good job by the defense of, playing making it difficult to get a reception. Let's see who jumped off here. Both guys moved. I can't tell who went first. Now, obviously, we had movement on both sides. It looks like they're going to call it against the Wolves. Fault.
5-yard penalty.
So 5-yard penalty. Still going to be 4th down. 4th down and about 13.
It's like Mitchell Garrison coming off field and Gavin Moore headed out there now.
You jump off once or twice. You don't get to stay out there very long, unfortunately. But Garrison's played well so far.
He has.
Another quick kick here. This one goes straight up. Now he was trying to keep it out of the end zone, but it's gonna take a nice bounce, but it's gonna come down to about the 13-yard line.
It turned out to be a fair kick for him. A decent kick.
Wolves take over 1st and 10 for the 13.
Based on that field position, I actually thought they might try and go for that. I was a little surprised to see the quick kick there. I mean, they have not been in the deep in the Davis zone very often.
No.
So after the punt, Davis is going to take over. The ball's going to be spotted at the 13-yard line. So Davis at their own 13. Another long field. So Tishomingo has done a pretty good job of making Davis drive the field. Rawls is going to get the carry here.
Lane
Rawls. We do have a penalty thrown right at the line of scrimmage. So I got a feeling we got a hold coming here.
Yeah.
Because the guy's had his helmet
popped off there.
Yep. There's the hold. So that's going to bring it back.
Yeah, and the offending Wolf kind of knew he
knew what happened.
Yeah.
He got up and helped him with his helmet though.
He did.
Against the Wolves. 10-yard penalty from the spot.
I like that Wolf, though, because he plays with a mean streak that I like to see in anybody on the offensive and defensive line.
To me, he's one of those kids that, out anywhere else, one of the nicest kids you're going to be around. You put that helmet on, he's a different beast.
First down this time. Hammond's out on the edge. Keep going. I wish you'd like to see him just keep running.
Just keep running.
Keep running.
Right
Don't worry about juking that kid. Just keep going. Nice run that time, though, by Hammonds. Picks up some of that yardage. Again, it was 1st and long. This is going to bring up a 2nd and about 11 now. Ball's back to about the original spot here. Guess they're going to have it at the 12. Wolves back in the flex bone formation. It's going to go straight to Rawls. Rawls is going to just he's still rumbling, still tumbling. He's got the first down and more. He's going outside. He's still running. Gets down to about the 49, 50-yard line there. Again, straight dive. Those guys did not want any part of tackling the hammer.
I think after, a couple times through, they don't want any part of that.
Yeah, when they see him coming, they're like, I think I want to move.
First and 10 now for the Wolves at the 50-yard line. 38 yards on that carry. 7:55 to go in the second quarter. 14-0, Wolves leading.
First and 10 Wolves at the 50-yard line.
Hammonds this time is going to give to Lane Rawls. Rawls has got some room to run. Brendan Rawls, yep. That's a little rerun there. 29 yards on that carry by Brendan Rawls. It's been the Rawls show here.
Pretty much.
Well, you guys can watch that run. I'm going to watch Levi Baxter.
Oh, I saw him.
Annihilate these kids on the line every play. It's great.
So first and 10 now for the Wolves at the 29-yard line. See what we got here. Looks like we're going to get a timeout by Tishomingo. With that, we will also take a timeout. You're listening to the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. We'll be back.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
So we are back while you were away. We tried to get back in time and didn't do it. We had a pass intended downfield for Spencer Clinton, and it is intercepted by Tishomingo. And Tishomingo will take over now at the 20-yard line. So nice drive by Davis, ends up in the interception. Again, ugly pass that time. So 7:21 to go. Wolves leading 14-0. Handoff goes to the tailback this time. Again, they have not tried to run the ball very much. And again, they didn't get a whole lot of yardage when they did there. They're starting at their own 18-yard line. They're going to pick up about 3.
The kid actually got a double dose of Rawls there because Brendan and Lane were both in on that tackle.
He was the peanut butter in a peanut butter Rawls sandwich, wasn't he?
Wow.
Brad's full of them tonight, man.
He's full of something.
Yeah.
Here we go. Quarterback's going to look to throw. Again, intended for number 9. That 9 had he looked good earlier catching the ball.
Thing quacking from up here.
That was an awkward throw.
I don't know if you heard it when it released, but it was playing like circus music. It was like doo, 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 as the ball came down. So
that was quite a little tune there, Brad.
It was.
So I'm trying to enlighten you guys with some humor this evening.
Man.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, DJ Brad Bentley.
Oh, yeah, there
Bentley
you go.
Productions.
There you go.
If you're looking for someplace to go after the game, head out to River Bottom.
That's right. We're gonna have some fun out there tonight.
So
I'm already working towards having fun. So
He's already setting the tone.
Uh-oh, here we go. Quarterback's going to roll out. He's got a little room to run. Nice job. Oh, and they're going to call him the horse collar. I don't know if he – realistically, he did probably get him, but
I thought it was low and it was all jersey. But
hey, it was a nice recovery, though, by Lane Rawls there to force him out. They are going to call the horse collar, and they did. So that's going to be a first down after that 15-yard penalty. Ball's going to be spotted. Let's see where it's going to be spotted about the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10. Tishomingo started this drive on their own 18-yard line. 6:31 to go in the first half. Wolves leading 14-0.
1st and 10 for the 42.
Quarterback's going to hand off underneath. Nice job that time. Defense staying home. Again, they've ran some misdirection underneath. They'd flow one side and hand back underneath. And I'll tell you what, Davis has done a good job of staying home.
He had Brendan Rawls meet him in the hole there and put a hat on him, and it was done.
2nd and 7 from the 45.
So 2nd and 7 now, 45-yard lines where the ball's going to be spotted. Again, 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Wolves leading 14-0. Bunch formation this time. Again, I'd be surprised if it's not. Jake Britt is
on his heels.
Oh, he let somebody get behind him. That's a completion. We overplayed that and let the receiver get deep. They're able to get the ball down there.
Jake put a lick on that quarterback anyway.
Yeah, he made him earn that pass. He was very slow to get up.
So Tishomingo now with another first down on the Wolves side of the field. They're going to be down at the 34-yard line. We've played a pretty clean game in coverage. This drive, I'd like to see us get back to that. We've had a couple busts here.
At the Wolves' 34-yard line.
So again, 5:12 to go in the first half. Wolves leading 14-0. Tishomingo at the Davis 34-yard line. Handoff goes underneath. Not a good handoff that time. He's lucky to hold on to the ball. I thought he was going to drop it there, and Davis is waiting for him. You've got Garrison, you've got Rawls, and you've got Moore, your three guys in on the tackle there. Looks like they're going to mark that as a 1-yard loss, so the ball's going to go back to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
Stood up at the 35-yard line. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Kind of a quiet crowd tonight. This game is ball's intended to thrown out in coverage that time.
And threw a move on him.
I'll tell you what, nice job out in the open field. Picks up another first down. Had him for the stop there and just kind of juked him out of his shoes there.
You see Coach Parker real quick to call a timeout there to basically get his guys back in gear. You mentioned it. The crowd was quiet. They haven't been. And all of a sudden in this drive, everybody's kind of sat down in their seats. They're being quiet.
Kind of lulled everybody to sleep there.
Yeah, and so I'd like to see this crowd and these, this fan base, this student section. Mr. Morris, you and I razz the student section all the time, especially during basketball.
Yeah.
Man, get behind these boys right now. They need some noise to get them going.
So Tishomingo now on the Davis 23-yard line, a drive that started at their own 18-yard line. So facing a 1st and 10, 4:11 to go in the first half. Wolves leading 14-0.
This is a blue ticket. 386-943. 386-943. If you have that ticket number, please come to the press box.
What do you figure he's telling those boys out there right now?
I think he's saying that let's get off the field defensively. Let's get off the field defensively. Let's get in the locker room. Tishomingo is going to get the ball coming out of half. We don't want to give them momentum. right before halftime here.
Right.
Yeah, okay,
And
because
again,
they are going to get the ball to start the second half.
So we've had some breakdowns defensively here on this drive. Let a couple guys run free over the top of us. So, again, it's one of those things I think he's saying keep everything underneath us, tighten your coverage up on the outside. Because, again, they've had a little bit of room to work this time. And he's probably telling the guys up front, let's get some pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, one thing I think you probably hear is settle down. Let's get back to what we were doing.
So back underneath here, it's going to be dropped for a loss.
I think there should have been.
Gavin
again,
Moore
we've talked about it all game long that Tish has a player moving every time.
They do.
Early in that time, on the line, I saw a guy taking almost a full step before the ball was ever actually snapped.
So loss of 1 is going to bring the ball back to the 24-yard line. Again, 3:47 to go here in the first half.
Second down.
Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. It looks like he's trying to set a screen, but he's going to throw downfield. Oh,
Pass is incomplete.
nice job that time. The defense kind of recovering there, but I'll tell you what, they set up for the screen. The guy, he went to the single receiver downfield. Oh, we got a late flag. I don't know what that late flag was unless somebody was saying something.
I would imagine that's that
I don't know whose it's on. Somebody obviously said something right next to the official because he wasn't going to have any of that. So
unsportsmanlike against Tishomingo.
So that's going to move him back 15.
Conduct against Tishomingo.
I really don't know what they were upset about on that play.
That late player going off the field, and it seemed to be about the time he was passing the referee that flag came out. So I don't know, maybe he said something he thought under his breath. A little louder than what he thought he said.
On a football field a little bit.
So it's going to bring up a second and long now. Second and about 27, 28, somewhere around in there. Let's see what we got.
Second,
third down. It's
third and a whole lot.
Oh, okay, it is third and a whole lot. Ball's all the way back to the 39-yard line. So
Inside the 40-yard line.
we got an empty backfield here. Quarterback's going to see he's going to try and put the ball
man,
downfield. There's a hold.
hold.
Has to get rid of the ball. Gets down to about the 30-yard line.
They're all over.
I'm not sure who
Barnett there.
Was. That Ty on the outside, far side?
Yeah, coming around the corner.
Yeah, it definitely getting held. So I think they really got a chance to get there and put the pressure on. But when they're being held, man, that's just a tough thing.
I mean, when you're running towards the quarterback and you turn halfway around, that's not normal.
Yeah.
So timeout by the Wolves. 3:04 to go in the first half. Davis leading 14-0. Tishomingo facing a 4th and 17 from the Davis 31-yard line.
Our last drawing of the night. Congratulations to all our winners.
We almost look like we have the same number of cheerleaders as we do football players down there right now with the
Pretty
junior high
close.
down there as well. There's a lot.
Mr. Morris, we've talked about this being a throwback. We're actually going to have Kiana Adams up here in the booth with us for the first time in a while.
Old.
A little bit of a throwback. Senior Kiana Adams coming up here to work with us.
Didn't she graduate like in 1997?
Something like that, yeah.
So is she gonna run the
15.
booth, or what is her responsibility here?
She's kind of freaking out on me right now, so I don't know that she's made an official decision.
Okay.
But hopefully she'll have that decision made, before the game ends.
Yeah, hopefully that's all we that's
Maybe
all we
by the
ask,
third
or right
quarter.
after after the game's over. Either way.
or whatever.
So 4th and 17, 3:04 to go. Again, this is not some place where you quick kick. So I would assume again we're going to try and put it in the air, either draw the penalty or try and see if they can't score the touchdown here.
Right on.
I don't know what my son is doing, but he's randomly running back and forth along the rail there.
He's getting his steps in, Brad.
He is.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's trying to get pumped up.
Now he's marching. I don't know what that's all about, but
he's getting pumped up.
he's power walking. Yeah, there you go.
Bentley is participating in the middle school Smash tournament tomorrow.
He is.
So
little
trying to get pumped up.
esports. Yeah, little esports. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. Got a little pressure up front that time. He's going to let the ball go, and we have lost that guy in coverage. Good job that time by
Parker.
Jake Parker just
smart play right there.
Just
had
the ball away.
Had the opportunity to make the pick. And, you know, a lot of players in that situation are going to say, hey, here's my
Make
chance.
that catch.
And let me see if I can take this to the house.
So, you know what I would like to
down.
see right here is I would like to see us try and press, get the ball out on the edge. Now, I don't want to put the ball in the air like you guys, but I do want to get out on the edge, maybe a quarterback keep or a quarterback follow right here.
You know,
255, I'd like to get some points on the board.
3 minutes, I'm not okay with putting the ball in the air. Let's get that 10 to 15-yard run up the middle we've been gashing.
And we're going to get it right here at least. Oh, he's going to make his – he's still going. He's dragging two guys. We got a penalty downfield, though.
Well, you see Levi having to completely readjust his shoulder pads. Holding on the offense.
So we've got that one's going to be brought back. But, again, nice run that time by
that was Lane.
Lane Rawls. Kind of resembled Seabiscuit there for a minute, running down the field.
Yeah, that one guy had a hold of his jersey, and he was just dragging him for 5 yards.
So here we go. We're going to go back to that. Not a whole lot available that time, but I believe that was, Brendan Rawls.
Number 30, Brendan Rawls.
Little rerun out there.
They are seeing a lot of him.
They are. Well, I said you're gonna see it over and over again. That's why I like rerun for him. So heavy formation this time. Quarterback's going to keep out on the edge. Just didn't have anywhere to go that time.
Got to hand it to Tishomingo to staying at home and being there to contain Tough on the outside.
I wish I could give Tough about 20 to 30 pounds to make him
he might hit 100 at that point.
Yeah.
I was going to say he'd be about 125 if you gave him 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got it to give, so
you got a little extra hanging around, do you?
Bit.
I think we all do, if I'm not mistaken.
We're gonna have to
so
go quick.
144,
10 seconds left
third
on
and
the play
8.
clock.
Yep, 3rd and 8. Yeah, they are going to have. We're going to have to hurry and get this one off. And we do. Quarterback's going to option out on the edge. Ooh,
man,
made that guy pay.
Jake Britt, number 5, just lowering that boom on that Tishomingo Indian.
Oh, look, and then they're turning around talking trash to the players on the sideline, which is always exciting.
Yeah.
Fourth down.
That kid like a man.
Yeah.
So 4th down, here comes the punt team. 1:32 to go. Not much time went off that clock.
You know, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think Lane could probably get it if he felt like taking off. Yeah,
he had room there.
He had a lot of room.
Nice punt, too.
Really
nice punt. It's going to be fielded at about the 33-yard line.
I'm with you. I would have been okay if he'd
right
taken off.
Side, he could have got 10 in a hurry.
So Tishomingo will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. 1:26 to go in the first half. So the luxurious locks of Levi Baxter, he's going to have to be careful now. The officials are watching those two. They've had some extracurriculars here in the first half.
Yeah.
Tishomingo, 2 receivers each side. Quarterback's going to roll back pass. There's his one-handed catch again, like you talked about. Quarterback's going to keep. Britt makes Britt miss. Brendan Rawls is going to be in the tackle. Their coaches are losing their minds on the sidelines, thinking he got hit out of bounds. But I don't think. I think that was a clean hit.
Yeah, I think he got hit, and they both rolled or went out of bounds. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that he hit him out of bounds.
Right.
So, am I wrong? That's a different quarterback than they had out there last series.
I am not sure. I didn't see
only
what
because the last one they had out had a glove on his right hand.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's the same kid.
He lost the glove.
I guess so. It's
throwing
me for a loop.
Senior Tyson Barrett. Now, he's been out there the whole time. So.
Baxter that time putting a little pressure. Nice job getting
got a flag
pressure.
on the other side.
Got a flag down.
Let's see.
Let's see what they're who they call it on here. There is a flag down.
Looks like they called the catch.
They're backing up, so I think it's going to be on Tishomingo. Holding.
Okay.
It's good to see they call it, both sides, because I feel like it's been on both sides for sure. That last, not this play, but the prior one to that, Levi, we talked about him, and getting kind of locked up with people. He had 3 guys blocking him on that line.
Yeah.
Levi'd be a great WWE wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got the hair already.
That would be the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
He'd be a good one. If you're out
I
there,
need to
Jim
talk to
Ross, you
Renee.
need to make
Yeah,
some calls.
Jim Ross from Oklahoma. If
That's
you,
right.
If you can hear us talking, please come.
I'm
pick
sure
up
you
Levi.
can't, but if you can, or if somebody wants to send this to him, that's even equally good. So quarterback's going to roll back a quick pass. Oh!
Yo!
I'll tell you
I
what.
had that one.
Caraway had a chance to pick 6 that one.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, hey, don't jump that ball. Let it, play defense on it. But I am perfectly content because he had a eagle's eye on that ball to go get it. And if he'd have caught it, he was gone.
So 57 seconds to go in the first half, 14-0 Davis.
And I think the Tish is going to keep taking shots.
Yeah, I don't
there's
see
no
them doing
doubt.
anything different.
I mean, it's a 3rd and 18, so drops back to throw. He's putting the ball up. Single coverage. Caraway there. Oh,
yes!
there it is. Caraway with the beautiful interception. Going to come down with the ball at about the Davis 34-yard line. Again, did a good job playing that ball in the air. Comes down with the interception. Caraway's one you don't want to challenge because he's got some good ups.
Yes.
He can go catch the ball. Not real big kid again, but he's a very skilled defensive back, very athletic.
He's one of those names, here later on in the year, we'll be talking about him a lot in basketball.
Yeah.
That kid's all over the court. So.
Also a long-haired kid.
Yes, yeah, the flowing mane of Cody Caraway.
Okay, 50 seconds to go here. Quick pitch out on the edge this time by Brendan Rawls. Brendan's going to make the first. Got a shoestring. I thought he was going to get some yards there. So he does pick up the. Let's see if they're going to mark him. They're going to mark him down short, about the 8-yard line, or gain of about 8 on that.
Clock too, so.
Ball's going to be spotted at the. Davis is trying to go fast here. They want to get something in here. So another quick pitch to the opposite side. This turn to Eidelman, and there's some blocking out front for him. If he can just get out and. Again, he's going to pick up the first down.
So the clock
Ball's going to be spotted at the about the 44-yard line. So 18 seconds. We don't have a lot of time here. Let's see if we can get something. Reverse this time to Caraway. Caraway's going to be brought down short. They're going to have to call a timeout. We do. So we're going to have about 6 seconds left.
It's something you don't see a lot from us. And so, I mean, great job just throwing in something different,
So the ball's going to be spotted on the Tishomingo 39-yard line. So obviously you got enough time for one play, and that's about it right here. So kind of getting a little momentum back, though. We got real stagnant there. Got up 2 scores, got stagnant. Didn't really see a whole lot offensive or defensively. We're starting to get a little momentum back, which is what we need to do here.
You kind of hear the crowd getting back more in it. The student section getting a little bit louder down there. So going much better for us right now.
So, again, 6 seconds to go in the first half. Wolves leading 14-0. Davis has got time to get one more play off here before halftime. 39-yard line. So it looks like we do have a quarterback change here too. I'm glad somebody pointed it out here. This is the freshman in there at quarterback right now. So you're going to see the ball get thrown.
I would imagine the ball's fixing to go in the air.
So here you go. Luke Linville's got a cannon. So he's about to throw the ball to Caraway. I got a feeling. He drops back. Ball goes up in the air. It is intended for Caraway. Caraway's got a step. Just can't quite get underneath it.
He had that ball there.
There it was.
So that was a shot.
That was a
nice
shot.
Pass.
Great play call there by Coach Owens. So
and just like that, it's halftime. Wolves leading 14-0. So
So real quick before we go to a halftime break, Lindsay Colgate also at halftime. It is Colgate on top of Lindsay, 14-12.
The Tigers winning.
So right now,
Wildcats, Brad, get it right.
It's another good game. Marlowe up big, 21-0 on Comanche right now. So
Marlowe's going to be tough to beat for almost anybody in 2A this year.
Comanche, we got a tough road game there next week. So
just like that, hey, it's halftime. So we're going to take a halftime break along with you guys. We will be back after half. This has been the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. Bobby Alexander, Jared Morris, and myself will be back.
Looking for a veterinarian to care for both your small and large animals? Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health. My staff and I are committed to providing the most up-to-date preventative health care for your pets. We are one of the few veterinary practices in southern Oklahoma that is fully equipped to handle all of your livestock needs to help you achieve the greatest profitability for your livestock. We also do inside boarding for your pets with weekend drop-offs and dismissals. Come see me, Dr. Cade Kopenbarger, at Hilltop Animal Health in Davis.
Sooner Pharmacy provides a variety of healthcare services. We accept e-prescriptions and we also offer delivery services. Sooner Pharmacy is handicap accessible. Sooner Pharmacy is located at 705 East Main Street inside Sooner Foods.
I joined the Army National Guard for multiple reasons. The first being which that I've always believed that the state of Oklahoma and the United States of America are truly exceptional on the world stage. So I wanted to do something to give back to the country and the state that's been so good to me. So one day I asked myself, if not me, who? And if not now, when? So it was at that point I decided to enlist. And the second reason being, getting my education has always been very important to me. So after doing some studying, I found the Army National Guard's college benefits were far more competitive than anything else out there. So after graduating from the University of Oklahoma, I was able to leave my college career basically debt-free. Now that I work in recruiting, I get to see people's lives change for the better by the Army National Guard on a daily basis. And people enlist for different reasons. It could be the competitive college benefits we offer, it could be a part-time paycheck, the job training we offer, or even healthcare. But regardless of why someone enlists, the fact still remains that their part-time military service has served as a stepping stone to propel their future.
Call us first.
For loans.
For deposits.
For the best customer service.
Call us first.
We answer. First National Bank of Davis, a branch of Pauls Valley National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Equal housing lender.
gentlemen, the Tishomingo High School Marching Band, the pride of Little Dixie. Ladies and gentlemen, entering the field with the west sideline, Davis Schools proudly presents the Davis High School Marching Band. The band director is Mr. Samuel Key. This year's drum major is Sarah Humphrey. Drum major, is your band ready? You may take the field for tonight's performance. Ladies and gentlemen, the boom! Right of the Arbuckles, the Davis High School Marching Band.
2:13 to go before the start of the second half. Wolves leading 14-0. Probably a little bit closer game than what we anticipated, huh, Bobby?
Yeah, you know, a lot. I think we kind of expected to be a little bit bigger lead, you know, going into that second half. We got a little sluggish there, you know.
Had an opportunity to put that one more score on the board, and probably would have looked more like what we expected. But 14-0, again, you can't, anytime you're winning, it's better than the alternative.
Yeah, we're still up. You know, I still definitely can go put more points on the board the second half. Want to see our composure. You saw a little bit of the late flags and things like that, so definitely want to keep our composure in the second half. I do see now, we talked about it before we came back on the air, Drew is out without pads on. Looks like he's got some ice on that shoulder.
Which we talked about that shoulder injury he suffered earlier, see if he would come back out.
So it looks like he's probably done for the night. Hopefully he'll be back to go next week when we take the road trip to Comanche.
It's gonna be a long drive.
It's gonna be a long drive, but we enjoy those road trips.
We do. Hey, it's gonna be. We have not had a.
We haven't had
our concert.
Yeah, Wynnewood's not a road trip.
Yeah, that didn't count.
That was a short one. So we've got all 4 long road trips left.
We do.
Colgate, Comanche, Marlowe, and Frederick. Frederick being the last one. That one will be quite a haul, But yeah, so it looks like Drew's going to be out for tonight. Hopefully he'll be back for next week. You see a couple of other guys. Sevi Adams, I'm not quite sure why he's not playing.
I saw something earlier about him having surgery. I'm not sure exactly what happened to Sevi.
Okay.
You know, but I noticed his mom had commented something about him having surgery. So I don't know if he got hurt in practice this week, perhaps.
Interesting. I don't know. You think we ought to know that, considering his sister is our cameraman.
Yep. I bet she could tell us.
We could probably get her on here and tell her.
I bet we could.
But
she could give us the details.
Probably more than Sevi wants us to know, to be honest.
That's exactly right. Or as the cool kids would say, she could give us the deets.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, you need to stop. That's far enough.
Hey, man, I got to throw the dad jokes out while I can,
you do. That's okay. But also Ethan May, I'm hearing that now he's back to practicing.
Cool.
So she'd be back soon. Hopefully Kobe England will be back on the field pretty soon. You know, and then, of course, as we talked about earlier, Ethan Kennedy getting back. So you see some of those guys who were injured starting to get back into that, back out there and playing, but definitely going to be looking forward to getting everybody back.
So, Bobby, does our camera woman, does she have a headset on?
She does not.
Oh, that's too bad. We could find out the details real quick.
Yeah, you know, we could actually go to our board operator who could ask her for the details on why her brother is not playing. You know, but
he gave you the look like I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he looked completely clueless when I just tried to tell him what to do. But
yeah, it happens.
You know, so
yeah, and he didn't move. So you know, apparently
he shook his head just now at me like he understood what I was saying.
Yeah,
he still
okay,
so, you know, okay. Yeah. That's the way we work around here, I guess. So.
I understand. Hey, the good news is your authority comes through very well, Bobby.
I guess so.
I liked it. It's great.
It's awesome.
So it's starting to cool off a little bit. I like it. It's going to be nice tonight.
You know, hey, I'm much rather have these games than that sun beating in this.
Yes.
It gets a little warm in this press box.
I got to be honest with you. I'm still traumatized by Heritage Hall, man. Heritage Hall's press box is forever. I don't ever want to be in that heat again. So here we go. The Wolves to kick off. I noticed that you got some information.
I did get some info. So sister Kay Adams tells us that Sevi is actually going to have surgery on both ankles.
Both ankles?
Yeah, so I would assume he's probably going to be out for a little while.
Both ankles kind of reminds me of the night from the Monty Python movie, you know, where he's lost a leg and then he's lost an arm, and both ankles. I mean, man, live.
Yeah, that's going to be.
It's
rough.
only a flesh wound.
Yeah, it's only a flesh wound until you get old.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then, you know, an ingrown toenail hurts.
So here we go. Tishomingo will have 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. First possession of the second half. Tishomingo back out and an open. Oh, bad snap that time. Quarterback is Ooh, ball came
versus
out.
The ball. Hey, and that's what you want to see right there.
Levi Baxter immediately
got pressure on it. But we've talked about it. That coach, I said, if I'm him, I'm going to lose it if that kid keeps grabbing that ball one-handed.
And I will say on that quarterback's behalf on this time, that was a bad snap. It was off to the side.
It did look like it was off to the side.
That's why he has to catch it with one hand because he doesn't know where it's going about
Maybe
half
that's
the time.
wrong for me to blame him solely, but I definitely immediately got pressure on him and put the ball on the ground.
So one play turnover. Wolves now have the ball at the 25-yard line. So, again, Wolves are in great field position. We've got the ball on the ground here.
Looked like it was a muffed handoff there. Just kind of ball went rolling, but luckily enough we were able to fall on it.
So the Wolves retain the ball, but they're going to lose about 5 yards on that missed handoff. It's going to bring up a second and about 15.
Loss of 5. Second and 15 from the 30.
So, again, this is an opportunity here to build some momentum.
Yeah,
let's see if we can't punch in off of this turnover. Hammond's in at quarterback. Hammond's going to hand off to Rawls. Rawls has got some rooms to run. That is Lane Rawls. Gets down to about the 20-yard line on that one.
And you're seeing a lot of, if you watch real closely after these tackles happen, you're seeing a lot of those Tishomingo's players starting to get frustrated. You would imagine based on their way they're looking that there's words being said. So definitely want to make sure that our Wolves keep their composure, don't get those dumb penalties, so to speak. So
9-yard run that time by Lane Rawls is going to bring up a 3rd and 6 from the 21-yard line. And just like that, it looks like we were able to draw them offside. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 now.
That's what we're talking about. Those frustration penalties, those dumb penalties. When you get frustrated like that, it makes it very difficult. It's on those hard counts. They got us one-on-one earlier, but now it looks like we're starting to get into their head and force them to jump.
So 3rd and 1 now from the 16-yard line. Wolves lined up in that heavy set. Rawls is your deep back. That's Lane Rawls. Rawls is going to punish a guy and gets down to about the 8-yard line. Tell you what, Rawls just lowered his shoulder and ran that kid over. That kid does not. He is still down.
Yeah, and right there. So I just talked about that. Hopefully that kid's okay, but I want to talk about it. So I'm not sure. 19 maybe for us. Who's number 19?
19 for Davis is T.J. Scott.
Okay. So I think that might have been who was out wide on that play. I'm not real sure. But they went on, and after the play was over, there was a lot of jawing between him and the cornerback.
Okay.
And you definitely can start to see that frustration set in for Tishomingo. So, again, want our Wolves to keep their composure, keep their heads.
Well, we're the ones that have everything to lose.
Yes.
So again, you got to keep your head on. You can't let that noise get to you because
and it's always the second guy that gets caught.
It is without a doubt.
When you see that mouthing, you've got if I'm not mistaken, that was TJ, but I don't know that.
Let's hope this Tishomingo kid is okay. He is still down on the ground. And again, Rawls kind of lowered the shoulder there.
Rawls sought him out.
He did. Yeah.
I mean, that
guy didn't want a part of it.
That's Rawls' mentality.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, both Brendan and Lane, they're a perfect complement to what we want to do up front, which is big, strong, physical football, running the ball at you.
I definitively think that Lane, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Lane is your I know he doesn't play fullback, but he is that Mike Allstott fullback-ish player.
Yeah.
The power hits you in the mouth type of runner.
Yeah.
See, I think he's a better runner than that. I think he's more of a tailback than he is a fullback.
Well,
he's the bigger of the two, I would agree.
Allstott was a pretty good runner.
He was good.
He was.
He just couldn't hang on the ball.
But Allstott would only get the ball he'd get the ball on 3rd and short, 4th and short. He was not a feature back. I think Lane can be a feature back.
That is very true. But I feel like he's the power back of
without
the two.
a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
Where Brendan is more the speed back,
Yep.
a little more explosive. when he does get into that open space.
Well, I think he's faster, number
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I know neither of those kids want to race, or they both want to because they both want to prove we're wrong on that. But
Lane will probably close on him before they even,
Right,
as they start. So and then get a head start.
Hey, you know what you do is when you're losing, you got to take the other guy out. That's just the way it works. You know?
Well, I don't think Lane would wait till he's losing.
Yeah.
I think Lane would start the race that way. But those two feed off of each other. They're brothers, and I've talked to Danny quite a bit. Their dad.
Danny was right behind me in the concession stand line, so we got a lot of good conversations about the first half there.
He loves to, man, if they were getting to it, hey, let's put on the gloves, go out the backyard.
Yep.
So two very competitive boys, and I think they feed off of each other, and it's great to see them running out here together.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line.
Wolves have it. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Handoff is going to go to Eidelman. Eidelman's just got to get outside. He's going to get in the end zone.
Cut.
Touchdown. Oh, and then we got a face mask at the end, I believe. Yep. So, but it's going to be a touchdown by the Wolves. 10:18 to go in the third quarter. There is a flag down, so let's see what the flag is called. Like I said, it looked like the way his head ripped around. It looked like it was a face mask, but we're going to see what they call here. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. So touchdown is good. So with that, Wolves now lead 20-0 with the extra point attempt to come here. Tyler Tinsley back to kick this extra point. Tyler 2 for 2 on the day so far.
Kicking the extra point, number 10, Tyler Tinsley.
Snap comes back. Good hold that time. Tinsley's kick is up. You know, that's good, and that's probably his best kick of the day. Had a little height on that one. Good-looking kick. He's kind of getting comfortable in that kicking role. Just like that, it's now 21-0 for the Wolves. So nice job that time of making Tishomingo, punishing them for the turnover.
Jake Britt would like to wish happy birthday to his brother-in-law, Sean Patterson, here tonight to watch Jake.
So Wolves to kick off again. Third quarter, just started the third quarter. 10:18 to go. Wolves now leading 21-0. But you are right, Bobby. We got to be careful. There's still a lot of chippiness out there. So.
There is,
especially in a game where the score kind of gets bigger and bigger. Sometimes that continues to kind of blow up when that happens.
You'll see more and more frustration from that Indian side.
Indians.
Indians.
The Indians.
But you'll see more of that frustration settle in for those guys, and that's really going to be the test for the Wolves, is not to get pulled into that. And I think Coach Parker and the Davis Wolves staff have been great at teaching our guys to keep their composure. Mr. Morris, with the penalty, I think you might get to see that deep kick, even though it's really not a deep kick.
Because it's coming from the we're going to kick it off from the Tishomingo 45-yard line. So the deep kick here is going to be just a directional kick.
Still going to be a directional kick, but it might be a deep kick.
Might get to the 20.
They've kind of got a weird formation. I don't know what that bunch formation of 5 up at the front.
I don't know, but it sure leaves a lot of gaps.
It does. Up there they go. Okay, they're going to spread out. I was like, man, I would hit that sideline nonstop if they do that.
Gap right there in the middle.
Yep.
I mean,
kicking off for the Wolves, number 9, Jackson Bonner.
Bonner's going to kick.
He caught that
there.
around the 10.
Yeah,
nice kick.
It was actually a really nice kick.
Ooh, that kid. I was going to say, I think he wishes he would have went down before.
Yeah, good too.
So Tishomingo now will take over at their own 9-yard line, be their second possession of the half.
I was talking about the competitive nature of the Rawls boys, but on that tackle, Brendan was out there for the first person to take off in a dead sprint to go pat him on the helmet was that brother, Lane Rawls.
Mm-hmm.
So still got that brotherly love, even though there's that competitive nature. So always fun to watch him.
There is a third Rawls on the roster too.
There is, Colton Rawls.
So here we go. Quarterback's going to hand off to the tailback this time. Not
he
anything there. Mitchell Garrison looks like he's coming up from the bottom of the pile there. Garrison and also number 30, Brendan Rawls.
Mm-hmm.
23, great.
Again, that's a no gain, so it's still going to be 2nd and 10 from their own 9-yard line. We talked about the excitement kind of getting sucked out. It's kind of gone again after that touchdown.
Yeah.
High snap. Quarterback looks to throw. Caught. Oh,
Seth
nice tackle
Knapp
by
right
Seth
in the
Knapp.
knees.
Good job that time out at corner.
Good tackle.
Got him right in the thighs and put him down.
And from up here, it's probably an optical illusion a little bit. It looked like he gave him a huge cushion, but if he did, he closed that gap super fast.
In a hurry.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd and 5 now from the 15-yard line. Pickup of about 4 yards on that reception.
Oh, hey, that was.
Oh, we got a flag. What's that?
They're going to say he jumped him a little early. I thought he timed it pretty well.
I'll be the devil's advocate on that one.
Then you be quiet.
Okay.
Hey, I did not see it because I was looking at this beautiful beam directly in front of me on that play. We do have a pass interference on the Wolves. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Tishomingo.
To me, it looked, kind of like the baseball bang play. It was right there.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be
could have
spotted
gone either way with it.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 30. So Knapp at one corner, Caraway at the other. 2's going to go into motion. Missed handoff there. It's going to be Tishomingo able to recover, but it's still going to be.
It's like right on the 30, maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be a no. Basically, they didn't lose any yards, or they didn't pick anything up.
29.
Oh, they did lose one then. 2nd and 11 from the 29-yard line.
2nd and 11 from the 29.
8:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wolves leading 21-0. So Bobby, your lovely daughters came up here.
Oh, she did.
Look, she's
Bringing
bringing gifts, but she only brought gifts for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Oh man. So here is a pass attempt. He's not going to get it off. Well, he he had 4 guys hanging on him there, and he still tried to throw the ball.
Still trying to get it out.
But we talked about that earlier. Earlier we kind of we all started to follow the ball and left the guy open. Luckily, the pass was not able to be made, but guys doing much better about actually staying on their guy.
So I'm going to be honest, everybody was down there on that quarterback, and I saw one guy wide open, but it was the ref.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
He can't catch the ball.
Yeah. I mean, he can,
it's
but
the black and white, man.
3rd and 13 after that 2-yard loss. So 7:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tishomingo facing a long 3rd down from their own 27-yard line.
Going to be delay a game, looks like.
So Mason Tomlinson now coming in for Bolding at one of the defensive tackle spots. Mason Tomlinson, another good-looking kid.
Sophomore,
has been
kid.
Playing some on both offense and defense. High snap again. Quarterback somehow is able to recover that, but he's got to get it away quickly. Throws it into coverage. Caraway with the interception.
And let's talk about Brendan Rawls rolling that quarterback up.
Yes,
I didn't see it.
He lit that quarterback up.
As soon as the ball left his hand, he was in a pile.
Good job by Cody.
Caraway with his second interception of the game.
I did say I wanted to see him with 2 picks.
Hey, there you go. Well, you saw it.
Got it.
So thank you, Cody, for making me look good there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Wolves at the 35-yard line. So back-to-back turnovers for Tishomingo in the second half. Again, this is where you can put the game away if you can score on this. Oh, and here we go. Nice run right off the bat. Number 5, Britt. He's just He just lowered the shoulder and tried to run that guy over.
Those guys hit him, and it's like they expected him to fall over, and Jake was still standing there.
He stood up a little bit and then went again.
Yeah, that was it, and tried to keep running.
So a gain of 20 yards on that run.
It almost looks like Tish is kind of just –
They've gave up. It looks like, in my opinion.
They've kind of laid down. They're frustrated. They're tired.
They don't have a lot of guys on the sidelines either. So, it's one of those things you can't substitute a lot if you don't have people to put in.
At the Tishomingo 15-yard line.
Lane Rawls here with the carry. He's going to pick up a couple.
They knew it was coming, and he still got yards.
So what I want to see for the remainder of this game, because like we said, we feel like Tish is already kind of checked out. What I want to see is, I don't know how many times you guys have heard this growing up, but growing up I always heard you play to the quality of your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So can we maintain our style of football, our play, in this situation when they've pretty well already checked out?
I just want to see us look crisp. I want to see us look crisp offensively, and I want to see us limit them defensively. Handoff goes back to Lane Rawls here. Lane's going to pick up a couple.
To the 10-yard line.
The ball's going to be at the 10-yard line. It's going to be about a 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6. Obviously, we are in four down territory.
3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line.
I don't know that I wouldn't let Tyler go for one.
Yeah, he's kicked. At some point, you're going to need to be able to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Well, you would think you would need to.
Yeah.
So Rawls is going to get the ball out in space. Lane is. We got a.
They're going to call it.
I don't know, but there's a fight going on down here also. I don't know if you saw that on the opposite side.
Yeah, I
but
did.
There is a hold. It's going to come back, but.
There's a flag down on the play.
That was and part of that was number 75, Connor Moore.
Yeah.
They was tangled up.
They were tangled up. Now, I think they called the hold was out at the receiver position, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So, again, got to keep our composure here. So, after that holding call, it's going to be a 3rd and about. The ball's going to be spotted, it looks like, at the 13-yard line. So, 3rd and about 8. I guess it could be 3rd and 8. Yeah, it could. Ball's at the 13, 3rd down here. Out on the edge, Britt's going to keep the ball. He's got some room to run. Lowers his shoulder, just ran a guy over.
They're going to call him out at about
the 1. Nice job that time of Britt. Again, making the defense, punishing the defense.
I think they'll go first and
first and goal. Yep. That's one way. That's one way to shut the other team up is when you're running over them on offense.
Yeah.
That's we've talked a lot about both Rawls. Jake hits people.
Britt's looked good. Looked good running the ball in the second half.
He's had a game.
I bet he gets the ball right here. Let's see, and he does. They reward him and get him in the end zone here. He was the bell cow on that series.
Justin and Jake both have played really well.
So 4:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's now 27-0. Extra point attempt to come here.
Holding on the extra point attempt, number 17, Seth Knapp. Attempting the extra point, number 10, Tyler Tinsley.
Tyler Tinsley's kick is up. We've got a flag down in the end zone. Now, what's interesting is if that was thrown where I think it is, which it may be on the defense, it's always interesting to see if we're close enough, we want to see if we can't punch this in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 27-point lead, I don't see that happening, but see with the white hat, I couldn't tell what he was trying to call here.
I don't know.
The top of the hat's always like an illegal man downfield, so I'm not sure what that means in this situation.
Tishomingo had too many people on the field.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So after the penalty.
Oh, no, they're calling that.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Hey, if you guys are confused at home, don't worry.
Yeah,
the official is too.
Yeah, he doesn't really know which one he's calling it on. So
here we go.
again, holding. Number 17, Seth Knapp.
Okay, so back to kick the extra point again, Tyler Tinsley.
The kick is up.
Good job that time, kicking another one through. And, you know, Tinsley, he had a lot of rush on him that time. Still put it right through the uprights.
Yeah, a lot of people in his face on that one. So
28-0 now, 4:59 to go in the third quarter. So this is where you don't want the other team to throw the ball. You want this game to go quick, not stopping the clock.
That's what I think we'd like to see. However, I don't know that that's what Tisch will do because
if you look at their scores earlier in this year, what that says to me is the other team has had a lot of time and a lot of possessions, which meant they threw the ball a bunch. So I'll be surprised if that's not the case.
Yeah.
Anna Merrill and Katie McCaskill. And our sophomores, Presley Smith and Kiara Miller. Our Davis Wolves cheerleaders.
So again, 4:59 to go in the third quarter. Wolves are now leading 28-0. Again, the 2 turnovers in the second half just kind of took everything out of Tishomingo. It was a pretty good game until that has happened.
Yeah, 14 points, very manageable game. Definitely not out of it. 28 points.
Different deal.
Whole different ball game.
Yep.
And now full momentum to be on our side. You can see a couple of the Tishomingo guys are basically, almost huddled over there, bent over. So they're tired. They're beat down.
Ball's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. He's going to try and cut back across. He's going to be down about the 37.
Ow.
Yeah, he was hit by a whole pack of them down there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Tishomingo can do with the ball this series. First 2 series, both were turnovers, both resulting in Davis touchdowns. Both of the turnovers on the Tishomingo side of the field. So
First and 10 for the 36.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to change a whole lot.
another high snap. Quarterback's going to keep balls on the ground again. Let's see who ends up with the ball. It's kind of a scrum down there. I think they got it back, but
recovered by Tishomingo.
All I know is their center is going to get that quarterback killed if he doesn't.
Like that was almost in between the
two guys.
The quarterback and the
I couldn't tell.
halfback.
It looked like it was almost going to be a direct snap to the halfback.
Yeah, and we've kind of talked about it. So maybe you were right, Brad. Maybe that center is actually snapping the ball to that one hand of the quarterback.
I don't know. This game's had about 5 bad snaps in it so far. So. Yeah. 4:24 to go. It's now going to be a 2nd and 17 from their own 29-yard line. This time, going to go to the tailback. Tailback's going to just kind of pick up a few there.
Good job tackle made by Malachi White.
Malachi White making a good tackle there.
Didn't even use the club.
No, the open field tackle took out his feet and put him on the ground. So
now you're talking about snapping that ball. That job looks easy.
It's not.
It is not easy.
I'll take your word for it.
Because, that motion looks easy, but you have so many things that you are thinking about at the same time.
Right.
So I did play a little center.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time ago, but I never had to do I never shotgun snapped. I snapped under with a quarterback under center. So
having to do some shotgun myself, it is. Especially,
Ooh, nice job that time. Beautiful play. Let's see if they give it to him.
Oh, they're going to say incomplete.
Oh, man, what a beautiful play. It was tipped up by one of the linebackers.
Yep.
Makes a diving catch, and I thought Britt came down with it, but again, officials going to say that it hit the ground. Still beautiful play one way or the other. It's going to bring up a 4th and 12, and so Davis is going to get off the field here. So this might be the first time we see their actual punt team on the field. We've seen their quick kick team about 4 different times, but this time they're lined up in a punt formation. Back deep for the Wolves as Eidelman's going to run out there. Ooh.
Oh, blocked it.
It was blocked. Now the ball is on the So maybe they need to go back to quick kicking.
Mason
Tomlinson blocked that.
Again, we've talked about it last week, and now we're starting to see it late in this game. Some of these young guys getting put out there, and not just put out there to get them experience. They're making plays. It talked about it, that pick six by Todd Barnett late in the game last week. Now you got Mason Tomlinson, another sophomore, getting all the way through and blocking a punt for the game.
So another short field for the Wolves, this time on Tishomingo's 18-yard line. So all three possessions have been on the Tishomingo side, all three short fields for them.
Jake Parker's going to be
Jake Parker coming in at quarterback now.
Wolves fans, now quarterbacking the Wolves, number 2, Jake Parker.
Parker with Knapp, Tyson Moss, and let's see who the other end.
That's
Lane Rawls in.
Fullback.
I'm not sure who number 78 is.
I saw that. Did you see him on top of whoever it was?
On top of, had the old pancake block there.
He did. The pancake's great, but it's even better when you're riding them afterwards, and that's what it looked like, where he was on top of him.
78 for us?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Colton Rawls.
That is Colton Rawls. So
Okay,
there's
there
the
you
other
go.
Rawls right there.
Okay, no gain on that first down play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Jake Parker under center this time. He's going to hand off to Lane Rawls. Lane, he's made his first couple guys. He's going to get in the end zone.
Everybody, like a sled dog race. He's just carrying them all.
He was, man. I don't know if you guys heard the whistle blow, but that was the train. He was just saying, "Get on, because I'm gonna drag you guys in."
And away from on the opposite side of the field from that, we talked about Colton Rawls to play for. So watched him that time. He wore that kid out again. He didn't put him on his back, but he was moving him wherever he wanted.
To me, Colton's out there saying, "Hey, these other two guys that are running the ball, I'm related. Let me introduce myself.
Hey, let me show you Let me show you what I can do.
So kudos to Colton for getting out there and manhandling some kids.
So 34-0. Here comes the extra points. A little bit of a
that one got short.
It was a low snap. It looked like they either timed it perfectly or they came across a little bit early. But the extra point is it's blocked. Just like that, it is now 34-0. Let's take a quick break. You've been listening to Davis Wolves Football. We'll be back.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system?
We're back. 2:34 to go in the third quarter. Wolves leading 34-0. I said that in honor of Todd Barnett because he likes to say you're back. So there you go. That was for him. If you're at home listening, maybe he'll join me one time saying it. Todd, if you don't know, is part of the two-man group TNT. So they're quite the show. Here we go. The Wolves to kick off.
Hey.
Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, that guy. He made the right choice.
Yeah.
I was like, he may get killed here in a minute.
He saw that coming and was like, nope, I don't want any
Mitchell Garrison,
part of it.
Stewie down there in quick pursuit.
Like a wrecking ball coming at him.
I don't know about you guys, but I was hoping that guy would stay in bounds to see what happened, but he made the right choice.
I don't know if we could have shown that on the live stream. It might have been.
So I didn't realize, I got to mention this. I got a text a little bit ago that I didn't see until just now. Tyler Tinsley's dad, Brian Tinsley, watching from upstate New York.
Cool. That's
wow.
awesome.
So,
That's great.
And commenting on the kicker. So.
Yeah, it's always great when you got relatives out of state that get to watch. That's awesome.
Yep.
So Tishomingo under center. This is a new quarterback. Oh, and we have the same thing happen, which is a missed handoff.
Bad snap, missed handoff.
But again, Tishomingo with the new guy in at quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Two at quarterback. So they moved three out to flanker, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
So, yeah, number 2.
I think it's Martinez.
Is Cruz Martinez.
That sounds like a cool name, doesn't it? Cruz Martinez. You should be in movies. Cruz Martinez.
So real quick.
Or a professional wrestler.
Or a professional wrestler.
Marlowe now up 36-0 at home against Comanche.
Tishomingo in the I formation now. So we went from
play both ways for the Wolves there.
we went from 5 wide now to the I formation. So I don't know how those two go together, but somehow they do.
Frederick at Marietta up 45-0 in the fourth quarter. Lindsay Colgate, still a tight game.
Nice.
8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Colgate hanging on to a 1-point lead over Lindsay.
Let's go, Tigers.
Absolutely. Tiger power. With it purple, right? Yeah.
So 1:18 to go here in the third quarter. 34-0, Wolves leading. Quarterback drops back to pass. He's got some pressure, but he's going to put it up.
Under it.
Let's go. Oh, no. Number 19. I believe that's Ty Barnett, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
Nope. TJ.
TJ Scott. Okay, there we go. Back in coverage there.
He was there.
He was there.
He was there for the home run ball.
I thought that was going to be the third interception of the game there, but we've got a.
Well, he had a good look at it.
So it's going to bring up a 4th and long. Looks like we've got a Luke Linville back there deep this time. I don't know that I've seen Linville back return punts, but
not typically.
Well, maybe he's just playing center field. They do get this one away. The ball's going to hit at about the 40-yard line. It's going to roll down to about the 42. So Davis will take over at the 42-yard line.
I'd be okay with a snap and wait 24 seconds.
You know, I think Tishomingo is excited about that 3 and out after the 3 turnovers on the previous 3 series in the second half.
You almost look for any
positives.
Positives, any bright sides when you're down 34-0. Just trying to get out of it. And like we've talked about before this game got started, it's been a while for them.
So Jake Parker back out at quarterback. We've got Mitchell Garrison. Trying to see some of the other numbers. I think we get to see right now for the first time. I think Trey Gamble is out there at 7, and he's leading a convoy downfield there.
That run by Ty Barnett.
Ty Barnett with the carry there. Actually, that's 9. That's
Flag down on the plate.
is 9
Holding against the Wolves.
Jackson Bonner.
Jackson Bonner. Okay. Holding against the Wolves. That's going to bring it back here. A lot of new kids out there, a lot of new faces. We've got 61 coming out right now, which is Landon Sanford. 78, which we talked about earlier, which is Colton Rawls. 50, which is Mason Tomlinson. 60, I believe that's 66, which is Trey Rohde, if that's him. I see 61, which is, we talked about him, that's Landon. So Garrison, Gamble, and Barnett are the 3 tailbacks. Gamble with his carry here. Got a flag thrown right at the line of scrimmage again.
Trey Gamble on the carry.
Son, all right, this is Gamble's first game back.
It is. Heck of an athlete. Good to finally see him out there on the field.
Sure.
And to think, we recorded some stuff for the guys earlier on in the season, and he was one that he got in there, and when we filmed it, he flexed, he muscled up, and a big kid. And for me to realize that he's in the backfield after seeing him muscle up is insane to me.
So we've got a player down for Tishomingo there. Looks like he's going to make his way off the field. It's going to be a first and really, really long now.
Flag was holding against the Wolves.
45 seconds to go in the third quarter. So this one will be a long first down. Ball's all the way back to the 23. They've got to get to the
first and
48.
Wow. So
a couple penalties later, It's going to be a long first down here. 83, Brady Greenlee out at receiver. Parker's going to keep it himself. Does a nice job running. Oh, we got another flag. We got people out here wrestling. There's 2 flags.
I think that's probably going to be a hold and then an unsportsmanlike on top of it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, there's been a whole lot of WWE going out there most of this game out on the edges. So we do have a hold on the Wolves. Personal foul, so it's an offsetting penalty.
Okay.
So it's going to be first down again here.
Looks like we're going to have to run one play.
We're going to have to run one with that 2 seconds in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think everybody was just expecting to flip it there.
But we're going to have to get one out here. So Parker runs the play in. Uh-oh. Oh, there it was. So that's the end of the third quarter. We've got Wolves facing a long first down to start the fourth quarter, leading 34-0. So Tishomingo kind of self-imploding here in the second half, and the Wolves are able to capitalize all 3 times on the turnovers.
Well, I keep going back to it, but that frustration that's setting in for them, and how I wanted to see our guys keep their composure, stay on the right side, keep their heads right, stay crisp, not have those, dumb penalties and things like that. And here we are. We've got a few holding calls. Now we got one of those that offset by a personal foul from Tish. But still, I would like to see us kind of maintain our composure here late as we go through this fourth quarter.
I said Tish had 3 turnovers. They actually had 2 turnovers in the block punt is really what we're talking about.
I do like the Tishomingo band playing some sticks.
They definitely
Sail Away.
Come Sail Away right now.
Come Sail Away with me, that's a good song there.
I think they're playing it for their football team right now.
They very well could be.
They're trying to get on the bus and go home.
And we'll be doing that 1 quarter from now.
How long that quarter is, remains to be seen.
I'll be praying for some running plays here in the fourth quarter.
Just a little update. Colgate has scored again. Now as we enter the fourth quarter of that game, looks like about 11 minutes left. They are now up 28-20 over the Lindsay Leopards.
Leopards, there we go. We have not had very good luck against Lindsay, so that's a team that I would really like to put a beating on this year.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm okay with that, Brad.
Yeah.
Especially us in the media group, we really don't like Lindsay because of us putting us on top of their press box.
Yeah, well, essentially told us we had to broadcast from a parking lot to start the game.
Yeah.
So
the very first one, yeah.
So we'll be rooting against those young men.
We're bitter, and we're okay with it.
We're okay with that.
So 1st and 30, Parker at the quarterback here. Handoff's going to go to number 7, which I believe is Gamble. So again, it's getting a little loud out there.
Yeah, you can hear some of the fans starting to complain that Jake Parker basically their play was still trying to whip him to the ground long after the ball was gone. So,
Gain of 9 on that first down play.
Second down.
It's going to be 2nd and 21. Again, that fourth quarter clock continues to tick here. Wolves comfortably in control, 34-0.
Second and long for the 32.
Parker's going to keep it. Designated quarterback run. He's going to get out on the edge. He's going to gets the first down.
Yeah,
he got I'll tell you what, I don't know if that was his face mask or by his shoulders, but man alive, he got tossed down. The guy that did the tossing is the one still on the ground currently. Again, we've got another hurt player. So while they are on the field, why don't we take a quick timeout? This has been the Ground and Pound Wishbone Show. We'll be back after this.
Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success.
All right, 10:59 to go. Again, facing a 1st and 30, the Wolves are able to pick up another first down. So, ball now at the they are on the Tishomingo side of the field at the 46-yard line. Low snap. Parker's just going to keep it and pick up what he can. Makes the first two guys miss. He's still on his feet going.
Positive yards out of that.
Nice job that making something of nothing there. Jake's ran tough.
Yeah, I mean, all the guys I feel like tonight have run super tough.
They've really imposed their will tonight. Tishomingo's just been unable to tackle. It doesn't matter who's running the ball, whether it's one of the Rawls, whether it's the quarterbacks. They've really struggled to bring our guys to the ground. And that says something to the strength and conditioning program around here. 'Cause our guys look much, much stronger carrying the ball.
We got a new quarterback.
We do have a new quarterback. So the freshman is in. Luke Linville now in at quarterback. Handoff's going to go to Mitchell Garrison, who throws down a nice little spin move to pick up a couple extra.
Been playing the whole game.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I'll do that.
To go from the line to in the backfield and throw that little. Now, I know you love the spin move, Mr. Morse. But
it's going to bring up
me esports nightmares.
a third and about 2 or 3. What is that? Circle.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of circle.
Yeah, Mr. Morse likes to scream at anybody who hits that button.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the PlayStation 4 or 5 in me coming out right there.
That's okay.
We're talking about you, Kyler Baldwin.
We've got a Tish jumped offside, so it's going to bring up an automatic first down now for the Wolves.
So,
we've kind of had our way with them all night long, but now it's just whatever we want to do seems like we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a lot of young guys down there. You want them to run the offense. I actually like watching when the young guys score touchdowns, man.
Yeah.
So I'm rooting for one right here. I know we're up quite a bit, but I want to just see us execute there. Seth Knapp with the carry. Nice cut by him. Good blocking downfield by the Wolves.
Number 88, Troy Bullman, coming off the field, so he was out there making it happen.
I saw 38 for the Wolves running onto the field, which is Montana Riggle.
A lot of guys who we're getting those guys that don't typically get a lot of snaps, getting out there, getting good quality minutes right now.
Again, 8:54 to go in the ball game. Wolves leading 34-0. Ball is at the 28-yard line of Tishomingo. Okay, we've got a timeout. Davis will take a timeout, and with that, we will also take a timeout. We'll be back after this.
Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
No, not to Marlowe.
We're back. 8:47 to go in the ball game. 34-0, Wolves leading. That's going to be a penalty. We had two guys go into motion. We are going to throw the ball downfield. He's going to catch it. That's a touchdown, but it's coming back. That one is coming back. So again, illegal shift there by the offense. So. You usually can't get away with that, too, when you're in the backfield and two guys doing it at the same time because everybody gets to see you at that point.
Tell you what, that was a pretty pass.
It was a pretty pass. Nice job by Linville there, putting it on the money.
So another district game. I just told you guys while we were in the break, Comanche suffering their first loss of the season at Marlowe, 36-0. We travel to Comanche next week.
I'm expecting that to be a fist fight.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a real tough game for us.
You know, it's been although we've been able to win the last couple of years, it's been a pretty good game the last couple of years.
It's been a hard dog fight.
Last year was real close.
And so definitely expect that one to be a good one next week.
2nd and 9 now. Wolves in the I formation. Low snap. Linville's just going to hold on to the ball, pick up what he can. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Tell you what, some of those big guys up front for Tishomingo, they're just like, they look like they're just ready to go get on the bus. They're like, man, I'm ready for this to be over. And I agree with them.
I can't say that I disagree.
8:33 to go in the ball game, 34-0. Linville back under center. Quick pitch out on the edge. Oh, ball's on the ground, but Moss does a good job of falling on it. It's going to bring up 4th down, so we're going to get to see the punt team come out here. Or at least I think we will. Ball goes back to the 38, so it's about a 4th and about 13. At least I think maybe we're gonna do something here.
So we are getting 9 minutes to go in the Colgate-Lindsay game. Colgate now on top, 34-20.
It sounds like Colgate's got that one. They're going in the right direction. Way to go, Tigers. Okay, Lane Rawls back to kick here. Going to punt the ball. Nice punt. It's going to take a good punt. Ooh, almost touched one of their players. I don't know if it did or not, but, boy, you got to get away from that thing.
So that actually moved Colgate to 2-2 on the season. Lindsay at 1-3.
Wow,
which is
tough start to their year.
Yeah, to not something you typically see from the Lindsay Leopards.
Well, their 2 other losses are good losses, though. I mean, I say good losses. One was to Purcell. The other one was
Pauls Valley.
No,
they won at Pauls Valley. I'm sorry. They lost to Purcell and then lost to Washington. Yep.
Which a lot of people have Washington as number 1 in 2A. They've been very, very impressive.
Well, that's because I'll say it. They don't belong in 2A.
Hey, there you go. No. You're probably right.
When you're the Norman farm team.
Right. You said it. We all thought it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Norman JV.
Yeah.
So a little underneath action there. Played very well by number 71 for the Wolves. 71, which is Brody Rogers. Way to go, Brody.
Brody Rogers getting in there and getting a tackle. It's a good job.
You know, his mom, I went and got a drink from her earlier, and she said, I think Brody's going to get to play today. And she was right. There he goes, making a big tackle right there.
Brody, he's so big, so strong.
Man, he is so strong.
But he just, teaching him to have that.
He's so nice.
He's still figuring it out. It's one of those things that, he kind of started playing a little bit later. Still figuring it out. Great kid, great family. Really like him. Oh, high snap goes over the quarterback's head.
Brody.
Oop, he's going to throw back across the field. Oh, Malachi White. Oh, no. With the cast and all, I thought he was going to get that interception. I'm going to blame it on the cast. I think he catches that one if it wouldn't have been for that.
I'm going to agree with that. 'Cause
He tried to
one
one-arm it there for a little bit,
Well,
and then the cast got in the way.
I think he was absolutely licking his chops at that ball just floating in the air. But I'm with you. Brody saw,
he was
man.
In case they missed it earlier, did you guys hear the music when the ball was in the air?
No.
It went doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. You did, just making sure. Just one last time.
Yeah.
Brad
Again,
Bentley.
It was playing carnival music on the way up there.
Bentley Productions here to help you out with any musical needs you need.
Third down for Tishomingo.
No, I probably will be doing a little singing later on, too. So if you guys get bored, come out and hear me. Quarterback is at, whoa, just a bit outside, as they said, Major League.
Yeah. It was a nice-looking laser to the coach.
Coach is like, I don't think I was the intended receiver here, but
he caught it one-handed.
He did.
Like it was nice.
It's going to bring up fourth down.
It was one of those catches. Like, really?
Wow. You have one job.
I would imagine the road trip home for the Indians is going to be a rather quiet one.
You guys may be right on that. So, for an obvious punting situation, I have no idea why he's not getting deeper.
Yeah, maybe kind of like our kicking team, onside kick. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
However, I tend to agree with you.
That's why you got that one blocked. If you get any penetration up front, you don't have any room to get it off. So the Wolves will take over on the Tishomingo 49-yard line. 6:22 to go in this ball game. It may be the longest 6:22 ever, unless we run the ball about 20 consecutive plays here.
I would imagine this is going to be a run and wait till that clock's down below 10 just about every play.
So Linville back in at quarterback. Again, a lot of young kids have got a lot of snaps, which is what we want to see. We just went early again there, but Gamble is the ball carrier. No gain on that first down run. Looks like they're actually going to mark him down as a loss of 1 on that. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. So quick pitch out on the edge to Mitchell Garrison. He's got some room to run. He's at the 30, 25. He's cutting back in. Lowers the shoulder. Still going. He's at the 15.
Like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, again, you talk about that Davis mentality. It's not just the Rawls boys. Anybody who's been carrying the ball tonight sees somebody and says, come hit me. And if you're not going to come hit me, I'll come hit you.
Garrison, I think he got his shirt ripped. Now it kind of looks like, if you look at, it's a towel. Kind of looked like underwear there for a minute. It is really what's very entertaining.
I don't know if you heard the crowd, but
Did they go stew?
They go stew, and you can hear it low.
So 1st and 10 Wolves. I think we're going to do the best we can not to score, but I don't think it's going to help. Out on the edge this time, carrying the ball is, let's see who that is, 25. I got to look this one up. Ricky Ivy carrying right there.
Sophomore.
I like watching Ricky Ivy play a little nose guard. He's not a big kid, but
he's a tough one.
Yeah, he's tough. He knows how to play with leverage, which you got to do at nose guard. 6-yard carry there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line. There he goes. He's going to come back against the field.
Go. Yes,
Knapp with a nice touchdown run.
Wow, and that was good awareness by Seth Knapp. He's like, nope, this way's not going to work, and he changed field completely.
Beautiful run that time.
And the blocking was there on that other side.
One of Tishomingo's players almost broke his leg tackling him. Mr. Mapes did tell me that it was not our goal not to score. I think he's probably right, but I think we were trying not to if we could avoid it. So 4:19 to go. Wolves now leading 40-0. Dr. Mapes, he did.
What I'm hearing from Dr. Mapes down there is that we believe in style points here at Davis.
We do. That's exactly right. Dr. Mapes, PhD. Oh, Tyler Tinsley. Now that was
what?
He's going to get in on that too.
Seth again.
Without a doubt, that was one of the ugliest 2-point conversions of all time.
I think that was on purpose, and it was kind of dirty.
So, that is.
I don't even know how to comment on that one. It was a bad snap. He waited about 5 minutes, it seemed like, to fire out into the fire drill. Just ran it to the edge to punch it in.
Well, okay, so I'm going to call out Tyler Tinsley's dad here, Brian, because it was that since he texted me, Tyler has struggled.
Is that right? Well,
when
I don't know that it was Tyler's fault there. It looked like he kind of hitched on that kick. I don't know if the snap was low.
Yeah, but kudos to Seth because that's 2 weeks in a row that
he's
busted.
popped one. Yep.
Busted. Extra
anymore it's just going to be almost out. It's almost a bad snap. I'm going to run it on the edge.
Yes.
Mr. Mapes came over to give me a special handshake there.
Well, yeah. We always appreciate that from Dr. Mapes.
Dr. Mapes. Dr. Mapes, PhD.
Dr. Mapes actually just coming back from outdoor school, I believe.
He did, yes.
Just spent the last 5 days.
As a matter of fact, you guys may not know this, but I started calling him Dr. Mapes after outdoor school. What was that? I think 2 or 3 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. We had Jeff and I had a great time at outdoor school. If only Mr. Johnson was here as well. He's
at home watching, but not here with us this evening.
He was fortunate enough in his first year to get thrown up on, which is always a great time at outdoor school.
Yep.
The old projectile vomit from the top bunk.
Brad.
That's awesome.
A little visual picture for you.
Yeah.
But outdoor school, YMCA camp, great time. If you have not been as a counselor or a sponsor, you need to go sometime. It's a lot of fun.
I'm good.
Great times. Jackson Bonner kicking the ball. It's going to be fielded about the 25-yard line. He's going to run out of bounds. Good choice.
Yeah, they do not want to get hit anymore.
No,
they're done.
They've had enough. So we got a bunch of new kids, it looks like, coming out here. So
Troy Bullman.
I
number
saw
73.
73, I believe, is Peyton Thomas.
That's Chandler McGahey.
Chandler McGahey. We've got, let's see who else we got out there. Linville's out there at safety. We also have Ty Barnett out there at linebacker. 88's running out right now, which is?
That's Troy Bullman.
Troy Bullman, okay.
First year ever playing football here.
And then
Brady Greenlee out here.
First and 10, Tishomingo from the 30.
Good job that time by the defense. Boy, he got punished. Number 15 there for the Wolves, which is Gabe Candy?
Gabe
Gaddis. Boy, I'm going to have to put some glasses on at this rate.
And Brad's old.
Yep. Hey, wait a minute. You have glasses on.
Blame it on the low light. No,
there
my
we go.
just junk.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I am old. I mean, but that's besides the point.
So we got a big game tomorrow on college football. OU playing at 6:30 against West Virginia.
Should be a fun one.
Okay.
Well, I know we know you don't care, but you know.
Hey, I think Oklahoma State plays tomorrow.
They actually
too.
have a pretty important game going on as well.
Who are they?
On Kansas State.
They are taking on Kansas State,
and it could be a good game.
That could be a really good game.
I would hope that it is not a good game in a good way.
It makes me nervous. If I were you, I would just hope for a good game because it could go bad in the other direction.
I need that.
Hey, I'm impressed with K-State.
K-State looks really good right now.
Yep.
They are the college version of Davis football. They hit you in the mouth and they keep the ball out of your hands.
Yep.
I will say that Oklahoma State's defense has played pretty well the last game. And
there's the old snap between two players again.
Yep.
It's kind of like Benny Hill there for a minute. They were kind of running around.
Man, I wonder how many times we're going to hear that this evening.
I bet you got at least one more in you.
Mr. Johnson just texted me. He said, "Thank you for the memories, Brad."
There you go.
Of his great experience at outdoor school.
Our great experience. Our great experience. I lived vicariously through him. You know, our cabin, we didn't have to worry about that, but his he did.
Trying to see if I can get a final. Okay, Lindsay has actually come all the way back and tied the ball game 34-34.
Wow, that's impressive.
So, man, they're having a ball game over there in Colgate.
That's a ferocious comeback right there.
Yes.
Come on, Tigers.
We do need the Tigers to come through for us.
Tigers need to pull that one out.
If they were only playing in the game.
Yeah.
or if either of those teams were Tigers.
Yeah, you know.
They're both cats.
So had a little throwback we talked about earlier this week for homecoming. My son wore my Tiger letter jacket, and it was an actual Tiger letter jacket.
A real Tiger letter
Somebody
jacket.
asked him what school that was from. He said, I don't know. So, again, thank you for paying attention, son. Nice punt that time. Fielded back there by number 6, Luke Linville. So we're going to have the ball again in this never-ending ball game. 1:57 to go.
I would imagine you're almost going to see a victory-type formation here.
Yep.
I would be willing to say that Tish is perfectly content with just
getting beat 42-0,
ending this ball game and going home.
Yep.
They're going to fall to 0-4, and Davis going to move to 3-1.
Big game on the road next week.
Big game on the road next week against Comanche.
That means media road trip.
Media road trip. We did talk about that a little bit before you were able to make it up here, Mr. Morse.
Yeah, I was running.
It's gonna be Music Central. We got to start doing it right now. If you've never been on the concerts we have on the long road trips, you're missing out.
Yeah, it definitively a fun time.
Especially the drive home, because it's usually keep the driver awake.
Yep.
Yes.
Or let him go to sleep for short periods of time.
It could be a good time.
Just depends on how you look at it.
Mr. Moore,
just for short
hope
periods
you're
of
not
time.
listening to that.
There we go. We're getting waved at by some former media students.
Well, those two are traitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They left and went to Sulphur.
Oh, man.
They used to be good kids.
Hey, we've all made bad decisions in life.
One day you'll wake up and regret it, and that's okay.
So here we go, back in the victory formation. 1:10. This clock is quickly rolling off now after what seems like the longest game we've ever broadcast.
Yeah, I just got a text. Us broadcasting with Squirtle now, they have their Pay Dirt show, and I'm in the group message for that so that I can keep up with who's on the Pay Dirt.
Explain Pay Dirt again.
That is their red zone.
Okay,
So
cool.
if you're top 8 games for them that week, they will cut live into your broadcast. They actually ended about 10 minutes ago. Of all their games.
Yeah.
So
So we are Pay Dirt right now because there's nobody else
There's nobody else playing. So
this should be the last play of the game. So just like that, the Wolves are going to move to 3-1 next week. Big game on the road at Comanche. So hope you can attend the game. If not, join us on this broadcast because
it could be a good one. I really think it's going to set the tone for that second place spot. Because everybody's kind of going to start to get situated in the standings now. Marlowe obviously putting their foot down that they're the ones
be challenging for one.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to be number one. And everybody else kind of vying for that next spot. So it's going to be a big game next week right there over there in Comanche.
So Brad Bentley, Jared Morris, and Bobby Alexander, we're going to say thank you for listening in this evening. Again, thank you for all the people producing this back home. Next week we will be on the road. Thanks again to Boyd Fulton, our statistician, who gives us our great stuff each week.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks to everybody that came back for homecoming. And like that, we will be we're out of here.
We'll see y'all next
Wolves.
week.